probably. Either way, if we're not live, I'll just talk to an inanimate object. But what's up, everybody? We are here with Forehead 2.0 versus 2D Sim Squad, an absolute banger of a playoff game. The second playoff game, we already had the Washington League Ball team versus the Wooloo Gang. I'm joined here by my lovely first-time caster, Mr. I. Wagner. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm I. Wagner, so first time casting. Should be interesting to watch this playoff game. It was the first round of the playoffs, correct?
Yes. Yeah, we're still in the first round. It's not the first game, but the first round.
Yes. Okay, so this would be game one of the first round of this series.
Already, we see a Zed ban targeted against Mr. Lokesh. Aatrox followed up. Obviously, he's going to be targeted against Dane. That champ is kind of busted right now, and he one-tricks it. And the Jhin also, kind of surprising, but I think Jhin is really, really, really strong. I'm surprised they don't just first pick it. I don't know why Blue Side is really banning it. I think if anybody that can play Jhin should.
Yeah.
Like, you just should be playing him. So, interesting that they ban him out on Blue.
Yeah, true. I don't know if you would just ban all of their best team's players, but I guess Jin's their ban. Of course, they're gonna just ban out Dane like everybody else does.
Yeah,
I
basically
was
every game.
dude, it's rough. I was on Dane's team last year. Ooh, they just banned him. It was like 3 or 4 bans every game.
Basically, we do see Lokesh eating 2 bans himself. He's been banned out a lot, but he's got a pretty big
Yeah,
champ pool. They all do the same thing. He only plays assassins, but
yeah,
he
but
has a lot of them that he can play.
Yone, Yone, he scales so much. It's actually just ridiculous. It's a sad champ to play against. It does terrible, and then at the end of the game, it just kills you. So yeah, I understand that ban. That makes a lot of sense. I'd ban that regular.
I'm interested to see if we're going to see any of the kind of busted tanks. We do see KO come out. I think she's been nerfed already.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would imagine
Misfortune.
a Mumu
Interesting.
pick. There's
Yeah, I
got to be
would
a Mumu pick.
wouldn't be surprised for a Mumu. Dr. Mundo. There's
Oh,
a
there it
Mumu
is.
right away. Yeah, and Samira too. I think Samira is really good actually against Misfortune
Yeah,
because you can block not her whole ult, but part of it.
yeah. I mean, Samir's just pretty strong right now. She's a little tough to play in team fights, but if you can get her ass off, she's pretty nuts.
And she's super good in lane.
Press R. Yeah, she is so good in lane with
I
an
don't
engaged support. It's
I don't
unreal.
know if she wins versus Misfortune, but she should be good. Ooh, that's Kane jungle. That could legitimately be Lokesh in the jungle. I really hope it is. He has a nutty Kane. Could still be. Wait, no, that's for
That's
forehead.
not the
Never
low
mind.
kid. Yeah, that's not low
Sad,
kid. So it's
sad.
Misfortune Lulu. Yeah, that's
Never mind.
4G. That's 4G with the Kane pick.
4G's Kane jungle. Okay, I wish it was
Yeah.
Lokesh. I want to see Lokesh back in the jungle. He's so good at jungle.
Lokesh back in the jungle. I seen you duo with him and he's playing, but you were playing jungle. I think I watched.
I highly doubt
Or
it.
you
He
were
would have.
playing top. You were playing top
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah. He would have. I never played jungle. If he's on the game, he'd swap jungle with me. He's a bro.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's
the
sick.
Akali. All right.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen him play Akali before, but it is one of the strongest mid lane champs at this point. Really abuses the items, and it got a huge buff right before the preseason for reasons
Uh,
unknown.
so they're
So
trying. Looks like they're trying to force foreheads mid on the rise. I would ban some engaged champs right here. Some engaged supports for sure. That's what I
y-
would ban.
yeah, ban
hundred
some engage
percent.
supports. I'd be banning tanks too if I'm on
Yeah.
2D Sim Squad here. I know they're target banning out Taylor, but none of the champs that he plays, Allison, are like especially good. Like I don't
Oh
think you need
wow.
to ban out Rise here. Rise and Xerath are both kind of bad,
Yeah. I
and
would ban out more of Dane.
yeah,
Like
honestly,
Orn. But
to be
okay, so they ban out engaged champs. That makes sense.
yeah, that makes sense on blue side.
Oh, but they left open Leona. That's a mistake. That's like I would definitely ban Leona over Pantheon, but
Yeah, Pantheon's dangerous. Look, they might grab the Malzahar here. That's interesting. I think it's super good. It's really good with the Leandries and whatever the other
it's
item's
good on
called.
Akali, right?
Demonic Embrace. It's good into Akali, yeah, just because you can alter and hold her down. Doesn't matter if you're invisible. If I can hold you down and we can see where the beam is going, we
Yeah.
can kill you. Akali can mess a Malzahar up. Every time Malzahar's ult is down, he's really vulnerable. But
Oh, the Renekton from Dane, the one we were waiting for. Okay, so Dane's gonna play Renekton. Renekton's pretty strong, actually. I thought I played a game of him, and Death Dance is new, but Death Dance they made interesting. It's pretty strong,
yeah,
actually.
I think it's good. I don't like. I
Popping it.
personally don't love the Renekton. I
Yeah.
think tanks are better. I think the Poppy should just be a better champion, and I've seen Dane's Renekton a lot. I think he's a good Renekton player, but a lot of we've seen it in VCU LCS a lot, and all of the Diamond players that play Renekton, so some of the best players in the tournament, they all struggle to actually get a big enough lead to make an impact in the rest of the game. They just get
Yeah.
tanks picked into them every time and then do nothing. So
Yeah, hopefully he'll get some jungle help. If he can get some jungle help, Renekton's really good, right? Renekton, you can get the W off, and the jungle can come in and they can just kill him, especially with Kane, right? Kane has a lot of mobility, so if they can get the W and they can camp top, it could be pretty successful.
yeah, it would be really
But a
good. And
Mumu,
it'll help Kane get those red stacks so he can go Gore Drinker Kane, and which is super busted. And luckily he is going up against 4 melee champs, so should have no
yeah,
problem stacking that out. If he just gets involved at all, then he'll be red Kane in no time, which is exactly what he wants.
yeah. But I would be worried about the Mumu counter gank, because if a Mumu shows up the same time as Kane, man, like I don't know.
Amumu is dummy strong. Apparently they failed the champ select, so that's excellent.
I did that once this year.
It happens. It happens. Just a little bit of a delay. Not the end of the world.
Yeah, really interesting to see this Poppy from Pooh, right?
I
Wouldn't it be
I like it
Pooh?
probably. He played
I
top
haven't
lane.
seen Poppy paid in a while. I did play a game against a Poppy and he punished me, or like entire team.
Yeah,
But he was
Poppy's
also
really
like
good.
7-0.
I mean, Poppy's one of the tanks I think that is that uses Sunfire best. I think that all the tanks are busted, but I think she's just up there in that same tier as like Maokai, Shen, Malphite, Ornn.
It
She's
was
just really strong.
it might be a counter pick to Renekton, because she did pick it after Renekton was picked. But
It's kind of a counter. You can block his dash if you use
yeah,
your W in time, and then that'll ground him too. So you can stun and ground him and hold him down, and it makes it so you can get away easier. You get movement speed, and you can block him from dashing after you if you're fast enough.
yeah. But if Renekton gets too strong, Poppy just can't even walk up. Why is he picking KO?
No,
Okay, thank God.
I personally like Red Side's comp much better.
Yeah, no
I
doubt.
I wish they had. So the only thing I don't like about it, I wish they had not banned out Allison's champions in the Rise and the Zareth. You just pushed
Mm,
him onto Malzahar, which is super easy to play. It's not like he's gonna have any skill cap problems there, and it's also just
yeah.
better.
Yeah, maybe they're
So
just scared of the scaling from Rise. Because even if Rise is bad, he still probably scales. Like, I don't know, but
he does.
Rise is just a scaling champ.
Yeah, mana champs are just kind of bad now, though. Like the champs that rely on
Mm.
mana to do well, like Rise, he scales so hard with his mana. Now that Rod of Ages is gone, and the other items
Oh,
just aren't,
yeah.
the mana items just aren't as good. So he got nerfed. He was already kind of bad. Now Allison was willing to pick him even when he was bad and did look pretty good. So it's not like a terrible ban by any means, but by banning out
Yeah.
champions that aren't in a good spot that he's just good at, I think I don't think he's gonna be any worse on Malzahar than he would be on Rise. I think actually he'll probably be
Yeah.
better because
Yeah.
Malzahar is just a better champ. So I would have banned out, I don't know, more of Fat Cal's champs instead probably, or just banned out some OP tanks or something. You had the Amumu already,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I don't see how. I'm just not sure how Forehead's going to be able to kill these tanks. Like, Poppy and Amumu, I just don't know. Like,
it's gonna be tough.
Malzahar is some decent damage, right? But he's not like you can't ult a Mumu. Like you
No,
can't do that. That's
like
so ridiculous.
it's gonna be really hard, I think, for Blue Side to play this
I
game
guess
because
there is like a pretty good combo with the Malzahar ult and the Misfortune ult coming in, but
yeah, it's gonna be tough because
that's
Mumu,
three
Leona,
tanks.
and Poppy, yeah, they're 3 tanks. They're really tanky, and they can probably just sit and tank up Misfortune's ult without getting killed. Once they're in the
Yeah,
mid game. So if you can sit up and tank up that ult, and you're really vulnerable when you're using it. Same with Malzahar, he has to channel his ult as well. So if a Mumu gets into the middle of your team, where he can ult your
yeah,
entire team, stun you, cancel your
yeah,
ultimate, lock you in place. I mean, I think you just get killed by the huge the Wombo combo. And
yeah,
Misfortune is not a good champion at killing tanks.
yeah.
Um, the
I
only one
bet
on this,
you I bet
you
you
go
the
ahead.
Mumu's banned next game.
Oh yeah,
That's my prediction here.
I believe. I legitimately think you have a Kane that's gonna go red Kane, so that's something. He's good against tanks, but he doesn't
Yeah,
not because he kills them, but because
because
he
he can.
heals off of them.
Yeah,
So he'll be tanky, but Malzahar is like your biggest DPS against tanks, and he kind of has to stand still to like get his
Yeah.
most important ability off. So I think you're gonna have a hard time. Misfortune sucks at killing tanks.
Yeah. I mean,
So does Renekton.
I think Forehead his best plan here is to like roam top a lot and try to get Dane big so he can split push and split their team up. Because maybe if
Yeah,
their team split up, like they don't have much chase, right? I mean, I guess Akali and Amumu can chase pretty well, but if they're trying to chase down Dane, then I mean, actually they do have good chase, right? Leona ult, Mumu ult, but
they've got some good stuff. They've got decent mobility. Poppy W gives her a little movement speed and could block his
yeah,
dash. Samira has a dash.
yeah. But really, what Forehead's gonna have to do is just split them up. Dane's gonna have to like push side lanes.
Yeah,
And
I think
like
so.
Misfortune's gonna have to get big, man. Like,
Really, I mean, I think Misfortune and Mouse. Actually, I think Blue Side needs to win this early.
yeah,
So
probably.
tanks are still good early, but if you get super ahead early game, you can do enough damage before the tanks get tanky enough to actually like just kind of shrug it off.
Yeah,
But if it goes like if you're not really far ahead, Renekton's not gonna be one-shotting Poppy or a Mumu.
if he's deep into
Neither
it.
is Misfortune. Malzahar can burn through them with the two burn items in Leandri's and Demonic Embrace, but it's he's not very safe while doing it when a bunch of tanks are coming in with big CC abilities and he just has to stand still and kind of take it. It's tough.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping to see the classic Samira E into Renekton and then W, right? He just flies into Renekton and then she just dies.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But I don't know if it'll happen. But that's my like ultimate envision of Samira when they put a dash on an ADC
I can
towards
imagine it
champions.
happening.
Yeah, but
It's
yeah, it
either gonna
should
be
be.
that or it's gonna be we've seen it like once or twice where a Mumu ult comes down and Samira's got her ult ready. And so like you
Uh,
just get the big wombo and you got Leona to help set it up too. But
yeah.
more
There's
often than not we see a Mumu ult and then Samira still doesn't have her ult ready because she's trying to like use her abilities and get her whatever it's called up, her style points up or something, and then she just dies before she ever gets her ultimate off. Or just
yeah,
instantly gets stunned the second she clicks her R button.
yeah. So I guess like a big game plan for Forehead's gonna be Lulu empowering this Renekton who gets fed. And then for the other side it's just like don't let Renekton get fed.
Yeah, it's skirmish it's
Yeah. Simp.
skirmish and pick comp versus team fight. Because I don't think there's any way blue side wins a team fight if they go in like
Yeah.
even.
Yeah, true.
But it's really easy to make picks with Malzahar. Kane, especially a red Kane against tanks, is super good at like skirmishing, like 1v1, 2v2.
Hmm.
He can find picks really easy, and then Lulu's good just for speeding up and catching people out. So
Yeah.
look for picks, look for objectives after you get a numbers advantage. Do not go for the objective if it's a 5v5 because you will lose.
Yeah. Just let Dane split push. But yeah, I mean it'll be close.
Should be
Dane's
fun
got
to see.
TP. Oh, the Malzahar TP. That was wow, Akali TP, very interesting. I would always go Ignite on Akali, but I guess no need against a Malzahar. Can't really kill him. He'll just
Yeah,
stand
I
really far away.
yeah, I mean, I think Ignite's so good, but I guess he wants to
Put
be
more
able to split
pressure on the
push.
map. Yeah, the only thing is like, yeah, I guess if Akali can split push, it really fucks up. But like, he's never gonna be able to split push against Renekton. I don't think.
Not against Renekton. He'll have to go against Malzahar. He's hoping
Yeah,
that he can split it up, but I mean, I don't think you want to play the 1-3-1 game here, really. Like, I I don't think you really want to match him in the side lane. I think you kind of
yeah,
just
and
let
then
him
yeah,
go.
and then
Yeah,
Poppy's gonna
let
not
Poppy
be able to
go
stay
in
in
the
lane
side
against
lane, and then
Renekton
you
after a while.
if Malzahar goes to the side lane, you'll just kill him. Like nothing he can do about it. So
Yeah,
he probably won't go to the side lane, and so you won't have to.
yeah,
I would have liked the ignite because yeah, if Akali gets ahead, it's gonna be really tough here. These champs are all gonna struggle against Akali if she's strong. Malzahar
yeah.
will always counter her, but
If he's
if she
not
gets
fed, she's not gonna die off it.
yeah, and if you get enough gold, you buy a QSS.
Yeah.
And if you have to buy a QSS, normally it kind of hurts because it'll slow down your build. And on assassin like Akali, you really need your build to like. You don't really want to be
Wow.
behind on assassins,
This
but
classic 5 point start. What is happening?
yeah, that's actually interesting. I don't think I've actually seen like a full like 5.5 point start the entire
Where's the
season.
shenanigans?
I think at least one team has tried to like put down a ward or something, but
Yeah.
nobody wants to do anything. Like Malzahar
Where's
walking up to the middle of the lane is the most aggressive anybody got.
yeah?
They're all
Where's
scared to death.
oh here it comes. Oh
Caught him on the ward. Couldn't get his stacks though.
oh he's low cash AK AFK. Oh no he's not. No, but I would have totally thought Amumu takes his Q and Yona takes her Q and they just fly at him, right? That'd been funny, but
So I asked who would win, Forehead or Sims, and the only response I got back was Wooloo. So nice. Also, Raheem, if you're here, if you're listening, if you want to move the champ portraits to like their assigned roles, it's a little bit easier for viewing.
so the classic start for both sides. Dane's taking forever to get the win.
Yo, how do I do that? Just drag. You can just drag them.
They're not dragging.
Like on the in the actual client, you can't just drag them down.
Yeah.
Oh no, on the actual portraits down on like the bottom in the middle.
Oh, word.
Like no, like on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Nice. Looks like we're seeing a full clear in the bot lane from Amumu to start.
Yeah, same with
Kane skips his Krugs.
Yeah. Just trying to get level 3, I guess. Oh, that's a pretty good trade. But she got level 2, so.
Yeah, I think Poppy, Poppy doesn't do too bad in these early trades. I mean, you
Renekton
kind of see her blowing out.
oh,
I went for the
he's
solo
dead.
kill.
He's
He
dead.
got him.
Dead.
Oh! And that.
Yeah,
Who is
Renekton's
just.
not very strong level 3, right? Like, he's not strong till he gets level 3 or 4 or 5,
Yeah,
right?
it's
He
level
scales.
3 is where he spikes. But
Yeah, and then
that
he
is.
Yeah. Oh, and then see a gank mid. That was a really good Q by Amumu.
So. That's not what I expected.
I was thinking back, yeah.
When I was thinking about how I don't like the Renekton pick, I didn't mean because it was going to get solo killed by Poppy,
Yeah.
but Poppy, that's what I kind of mean. Like, Poppy's one of those tanks where she can fight back early, and even with Sunfire now, she can fight back mid and late game too. And she just like Renekton can't effectively bully her. I mean, in this matchup, he's going to be down CS and down a kill. And Poppy blocks him here, but she might die? Okay, she just trade the kill back over since she used her flash already.
Yeah.
Good use of back out knowing that.
No, I guess I should watch from the Twitch because I saw that before you.
I might be behind a little bit. I'm watching it on the client. Yeah, I must have just been a second behind. But yeah, it looks like they had a little skirmish in the blue side jungle, and Kane managed. Nobody really traded any better, but Kane got some stacks, so good for him. Little damage traded back between Allison and Lakewater. He's here again.
Looking for a gank. This could work. Nope. The classic.
That's a win for Forehead. All Kane wants to do is just get in here and hit Akali as many times as he can. Just get whatever red stacks he can pick up. The faster he can get to his red cane, the faster he's an actual champion.
Pretty hard down here in bot.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They're doing a good job creating map pressure. Now that Renekton got that kill back, things are evened up in the top lane. He is down a little bit of CS. He's still down like 250 gold actually, because the first blood gave more gold over to Poppy. But he's in a more comfortable spot at least. It's gonna be tough for him though, because I mean,
as he gains levels, he should do well. He's got his Conqueror stack.
yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to bully Poppy at this point. You know what I mean? Like Poppy's strong enough with just that kill to where she should be all right to just farm it out at this game, and farming it out for Poppy is much better than Renekton. Ooh, an engage down on here. Narwhal's going in, but he's really low health. Albataya is going to stay alive a little bit, but it's Lulu. No, she goes down because Amumu's here. Samira's dead as well, though. Kane is here, too, though. He's going to get a ton of red stacks off of this. Marcus Equation is still alive and still pumping out damage. Good dodge.
Yeah. Oh, they could get
Forge is going to die now.
They could get a Mumu. Oh, come on.
Marcus should be able to get him here.
Oh, no.
That's tragic.
Yeah, it was tragic. But it was... Now there's the cleanup crew.
And Lakewatch is here, but so is Allison. It's a 3v1, though. He's going to just kill himself by coming down here. He wasted his teleport. Does get some more damage out, I guess, but yeah. Ends up being a really good play for 2D Sim Squad on the bot side. They're up 1.4k gold now.
Yeah,
and
once your ADC die there, you probably don't want to go in.
Yeah, unfortunate that Samira didn't get any kills. It was just the Leona, but you're really happy to see Amumu get 2 kills.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible Leona becomes unkillable. She is
Pooh probably needs to back out here. He'll get solo killed if he goes for the wave, because Renekton has 6 and
Yeah.
he doesn't. He's low enough to where, and with the level advantage, he should just back. He's only down 1 wave.
I mean, Dane's really thinking about killing him under tower, but Amumu's showing up, so it should be interesting.
Amumu's here. Pooh should be able to survive, but Amumu doesn't have
Yeah.
6 yet either, and Poppy's out of mana.
That was a pretty good Q right there. Well, yeah, it's just free damage, but it's a good play by the jungle to save his top.
It's good. I don't think it was necessary. I think Pooh should have just backed. I mean, he got the EXP, but he missed all of those minions anyway, basically. So,
Yeah.
and Renekton got them all. So, and you
Yeah.
wasted your jungler's time.
Eh.
And it means blue side's
Yeah.
likely to get this dragon.
Yeah, that's the real problem is the fact that they get this
They're all coming down
head
now.
start on this dragon, but with no Amumu.
No level 6 on Kayn, and he's low. They're going to have to actually back off because Akali roams down here and is better positioning. I think they probably could have taken that fight had Malzahar gotten in there. They could have
Yeah.
looked to try to just pick off Akali with his ult and try to one-shot her, but they couldn't make it work in time. Kayn took
Yeah.
too much damage from the dragon.
Yeah, Red had a much better position there. But that's an overall, if they could have snuck that dragon, but I guess, yeah, I mean,
It looked good because you saw Yukino Simp on the top side, so you can immediately go for it yourself and respond on bot lane. But they just, like I said, they had enough priority from their own bot lane, and they were strong enough to where they didn't feel safe going for it. Allison, interestingly enough, is building a tier. So he's actually going to go for an Archangels, I assume. Might not be his first item, might still choose to finish Leandri's first, but like, with Leandri's giving you mana, I don't really see why you wouldn't just
here
go
we
that
go.
first. Renekton's here.
Here's the gank.
Oh, they don't time it up, he misses his
Oh,
stun.
He W'd a minion. He W'd a minion. No.
Yeah, you
that
hate
was a
to
for
see it.
sure- Yeah, that was a for sure kill if he doesn't get that off.
They went
It's
too
it's
early.
really good play. It's really smart because then they can take Drake. It's a little poorly executed. It's
They're
really
still
like
looking
a
for
good
Drake.
play. 'Cause
I don't know.
now,
You have no TP on Poppy and your top laner's here, so you're gonna have the numbers advantage. So Drake is still free, but Allison just ulted too early. By the time Fat Cow was able to get in, had he used his flash, he might have been able to get in time, but he didn't want to like
yeah,
waste his flash basically. So
yeah,
he-
the shroud saved the day.
yeah, he didn't get his they weren't able to get the stun off before the Malzahar ult ran out. They couldn't time it right.
It's never fun ganking in Akali. It's kind of like ganking a song. It just doesn't work.
It really doesn't. You have to. It's like ganking any assassin. Really, you have to sit in the bush until they use their mobility.
Yeah,
If you don't, like Zed, Fizz, Akali, LeBlanc, it's all the same thing. You have to watch them wait till their movement ability's down, and then you can gank. If it's
yeah,
up, they're just gonna get away for free.
The dash.
Decent CS lead in the mid lane. We've seen a lot of pressure there. 4G's been there a lot, but
Yeah.
I think Yukino Simps only come once, while 4G's been there. At least people have been there 2 or 3 times between 4G and Fat Cow. But it's a 10 CS lead. Or right now it's only 6, but when Akali gets back to lane and picks this up, it's gonna be about a 10 CS lead for Akali, which is, not
Yeah.
huge, but significant.
Yeah. I mean, really, Malzahar is just an ult bot, so it's not
At this point.
too ridiculous.
So now he's building his Lost Chapter. So I guess he wanted to stack
this
up his
could be-
tier.
This could be rough for Dane.
Yukino Simp doesn't have
Nobody's got his
Sunfire
jungle.
yet, but does have his ult.
Yeah, it looks like Dane's building into a Black Cleaver just to shred some of this armor.
Good choice.
And you know they're all gonna buy.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have armor stacking tanks in both top and jungle, and that's who you're going to be fighting most of the game. So, goodbye from Renekton. 4G's farming pretty well. He has a slight CS lead in the jungle. And he's been involved in a decent number of skirmishes. I'd like to see him.
Yeah, he
Try
hasn't
to-
let the Amumu truly outscale him, or not run wild. He's been
Yeah.
there.
I will say, Amumu did just finish Sunfire, and he does have his ultimate up, so I would look for him to make his
Do
impact felt
something,
on the map any minute now. He is like 800 gold up on Kayn,
They
so
should go for
he's a good bit
this,
stronger.
Go for this this Herald, right? There's nothing else on the map.
Yeah, but
So if I was
Amumu ended up
Amumu,
going
I'd
bot
run-
side.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess maybe he'll rotate over. But that scuttle is pretty important You see the blue pings.
Yeah, Scuttle
So it
and
looks
Rift.
like 4G's heading there.
And you're stronger right now as red side. I mean, you're up 1,500 gold. You're stronger in every position probably except for top lane.
Yeah.
So it's probably worth heading up and looking for the only objective that's there if you don't think you're going to be able to push down any turrets with lane pressure. It's getting only 3 more minutes for tower plates, and I don't think a single tower plate... Okay, 1 tower plate's gone down in the top lane, and that's it. That's pretty low.
Looks like they're trying to make a play on the Sakali, but she's backing off pretty well.
That cow tanks a turret shot. It's a pretty low tower plate game. Like, I don't think I've seen very many games where only 1 has gone down at 11 minutes.
So they're looking for a play down in bot, and I guess
flash
it's gonna
ult.
work, but is it really that good?
Samira
not much to get
is
down
balanced.
here, so they're giving up the Herald for free, and it's just 1 kill. I mean,
You get a kill, you get a little bit of pressure on the
TP.
bot turret. Yeah, wants to
TP's
save
not
turret
for
plates.
much, though. Oh, she's
Just
gonna
use her
try to
ult.
kill.
Allison
Oh,
could
she could get the kill. Oh, that's a good ult.
Here comes back out.
Cancels the.
Oh, great
about
job
the
on the
slash.
Q. I don't think it's gonna quite kill her.
Oh, ooh.
Back out gets it.
Oh,
Another TP coming in. You can know
dodges
some
the
here as
move
well.
is done.
Mumu doesn't have ultimate though.
Yeah. Oh, so the. Let's see if Renekton can.
Here comes Kane. He's
Oh,
almost
this is a
here. If
good
he can
fight.
survive
This
long
is a
enough.
Really good fight for red. There
Good
it is.
shutdown from Kane. That's that you really need that for your Kane here. It's gonna give him more red orbs and it's gonna give him a lot of gold to accelerate his build.
This is gonna be a really.
Samira,
extended-
if she can get her ult off,
Oh, but
she has it up.
Oh, oh, the blue smite. Oh, he's popping off the Kane.
Kane could genuinely win this.
Insane Kane play.
Oh, you have to feel bad if you're blue side at this
I
point.
mean-
That's the second fight that's gone down to
Yeah.
where 2 members walk away with, you know, sub 100 health
Oh, is he
basically.
gonna die?
I think if Allison
Oh,
could have killed him.
you're with like an auto.
If
But,
Allison, if he didn't
we
run,
do
he
see
could
blue
have
side.
killed him.
Blue side bot did not rotate, so they just tried to collect some gold here. Maybe they'll.
Well, they were
knock
dead.
him. But I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Only one
or
of
at
them
least,
was dead.
yeah, Al Battaglia was dead. Marcus the Wasian had a great ult there. As soon as he saw that they
Yeah.
were going to be under turret and like they were all going to dive on top of the Lulu, he
Yeah,
turned
he
on his
saved
ult.
himself.
Yeah, which
Yep.
was good, but because
Oh.
Samira is really fair and balanced, she just blocked like 3/4 of it, and they all got away.
There's some interesting stuff here.
Kane is res for him now, so he is going to have a much bigger impact on the game. He also has caught up significantly to the Amumu, still about 300-400 gold down. Amumu finds
I don't know
Lulu,
if
but
this
she
is
ults
quite
herself.
what they want. I don't think this is what the red team wants here.
No, Kane is 2 levels down, so despite the fact that he's...
gone.
Oh,
Connection's
Yukino Sim
not
has
gonna do
Lulu
it.
again. Lulu has no ult this time. Lakewatch is looking at him.
Will she get out? Oh,
Great job with the Misfortune ult. Just doesn't do quite enough damage. Here comes Fakao, though.
Oh, yeah.
He is strong. He has his ultimate in about 1 second. Malzahar putting out some decent damage here with this Q, hitting all 4 members
yeah. I don't
over
think
here.
they can get the Drake. I don't think this is gonna
They're
be.
being chased away. I don't think Blue Side can get it either, though. They're down a member,
Yeah.
and if it's a 5v4. If you're letting this Cloud Drake hit you, you're getting pretty low. I know you have Red Kane, but like I said, he's down 2 levels to this Amumu, and
Yeah.
you know it's pretty weak. Now
That's a
Amumu
good-
ult is
that's a
burned.
good We're just kind of waiting for an ulti here.
I think-
Anybody?
I think Blue Side does better if they sit here. Look,
Yeah.
they can do tons of damage to this Malzahar.
Oh, here it is the fight. Oh, and
Karuz
Riona's
is
down,
already
and then-
dead. There goes Amumu.
Yep.
4G has his ultimate still. He
Oh.
could actually, if he could get into
Lokesh is
somebody,
trying to win this fight.
he
Oh,
dies. Who gets the dragon?
Ooh.
Ooh, red team
Red
steals it.
side.
2D Sim Squad gets it. Allison's up on the
Yeah.
front lines. He is going to go down here. Backhouse looking for somebody, but he can't quite get onto any of the low health members. And he's getting
Yeah.
taken down really fast here.
Lulu's trying to
Lulu's
save him.
trying, doing her best, but she can't do it. Ends up being a complete ace.
That was a rough fight for. It was just too extended. Like they needed to like not get engaged on, but
Yeah, I have to say it was pretty poorly played from 2D Sim Squad. It looked, I mean, not 2D Sim Squad, Forehead. It looked really good in the beginning.
yeah.
They killed a Mumu, and they killed Karuz, his Leona, instantly. So it ended up being a 3v4 then. So you're looking pretty good in that fight, but they just overextended and they kept going, and they don't have a ton of damage. It's hard to kill these tanks, and you know you
Yeah.
picked them all off in the beginning, but after you used all your abilities to do that, now both teams' ultimates were down, and red side's more tanky. So they ended up just winning the fight, and Kane died without using his ult, which is pretty big. He couldn't hit a target to actually ult into them and get that health back. I think the dragon might have actually killed him, and because he died and the dragon was on like 150 health, red side ends up stealing it with Poppy auto attack.
Yeah.
So not
Poppy's
good
looking
for blue.
strong.
Yeah, 4G just he's up in CS by 1, but he's still
Yeah.
down a level. He just needs
Yeah,
to catch up.
He can be a nuisance in the fights for sure. But I think that maybe they targeted the dragon a little too much, the blue team.
Renekton ended up going Gorge Ranker first, actually, over Black Cleaver.
Looks
Might
like
still
they're
pick
gonna
one
try
up,
to
but
chase him down, some shenanigans in the jungle here.
yeah, he's in a bad spot. Poppy should be able to catch him. He can't dash away right now until her W ends.
Ooh.
Mumu ult goes down as well. Here comes Lokash to make sure.
Yeah.
3 ultimates used? Okay, so if you're blue side, you look for a fight ASAP. You don't give up that Rift. I mean, I guess nobody's up there except for Malzahar, so you can't really do anything about it. But yeah, pushing on the bot side is really important. And looking for any kind of fight, like, really soon is pretty big. They gave up Renekton ult, and they used a Mumu, they used Akali, and they used Leona, all to catch him out. So, for the next, I don't know, 60 seconds probably, blue side or red side really has nothing they can do. They have no important ultimates up.
Yeah, but I mean, they did just get this. They're gonna definitely drop the hero top after collecting it, after that killing Dane.
I think they're doing that right now. I think Mumu's waiting, but he's probably gonna drop it as soon as the wave gets up there. And oh,
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't dropped it yet. Yeah.
It's gonna look for 4G. Akali is on her way up here.
So there's multiple fights going on.
He needs to ult before he dies. He's gonna get a lot of health back because Mumu is
Oh.
tanky. Good ultimate, but he dies actually in the Mumu.
Oh yeah.
Malzahar will pick up a kill. Bakhal's here, and he's pretty tanky in the fight. Lulu's able to give him a little bit of tankiness, but her ultimate is up. She needs to ult him.
Here's the misfortune ult. That's
good
big.
combo.
There it is. Now that's these split up fights. Without the damage, it was a little rough for him. They had damage with the Mumu, but then their bot was just not there. So
Yeah, really good skirmish. The Kayn actually died while he was inside of a Mumu, which
Oh.
sucked. But then a Mumu, after flashing out of the fight, died to the
Yeah.
Malzahar E out of the fight as well. So ended up being a 1-for-1 there. And then I thought Lulu was kind of trolling by not ulting Renekton earlier. It looks like he was going to die while she had her ult up, but she actually baited them into trying to jump on top of the Renekton and finish him off. And the Lulu knockup from her ult plus the Misfortune ult actually basically won them that fight. So good job. Helps get the gold lead back to about 1K. So it gets it a little bit closer. They're still down, and I do think they get outscaled pretty hard. So not like in the best of situations here, but at least it makes it a little bit closer. 40 says hello in the mid lane and walks right back out.
They're just looking for fights all over here. I don't know.
40's caught out. He has no ultimate this time. He is dead for sure. Unfortunately, Pooh got the kill, and not Samira or Akali, but they both have plenty of kills on their own. They both have 3 kills. Actually, same KDA, 327. And both the tanks have 5 kills, so plenty of gold to go around.
I did not know that. So now they dropped their hero. Interesting. I did not know that that item built, Gorge Raker built into that. I thought that was going to be Black Cleaver for sure.
I think Black Cleaver would have been smart, but I guess he just wanted to finish his Mythic first, because the Mythics just give you so much. Pooh is here. He's going to catch out Albatalya when she walks in. She's going to get burst out pretty quick, despite her ultimate going down. Bakhel might go down next. He does have a lot of health, though.
They've
Pooh dies instead. Karuz is low.
Fight. Oh, the Samira ult, just like the second one, I think.
Ooh, Bakhal's still alive, though. Triumph and Conqueror is stacked up. It's going to give him so much HP back. He's not going to end up dying. Amumu is the last one alive, and he will take down Bakhel, but he will fall in return.
Oh, there it is. The ult. So I have to say that Misfortune played that pretty well to the very end.
Yeah, ends up being a 4-for-4 though, like across the map, and Akali wasn't there.
So
and now she's TPing out to stop the drag.
Yeah, I mean, blue side's jungle wasn't there till the end, because he got caught out. So here comes the TP from
Malzahar, but Poppy's coming as well. It will be a 2v2. No ultimate from, and now Allison is just here all by his lonesome, and he will not survive. Down goes the dragon to red team, stacking it up. Still gonna be a long time before any kind of soul comes in, but feels nice to have one more dragon than your opponent.
Here's just some rash fights.
Yep, both teams are like, they seem a little flustered. They're all over the place. They're all looking. It's almost non-stop fighting.
Yeah,
not a lot of
starting
setup.
fights without their teammates. They're not watching where their teammates are.
Yeah, both teams are guilty of it, but so far it's been Forehead that's more guilty, which is why they're down 10
Yeah.
kills.
Yeah. But it's still kind of a game. I mean, even
Oh, yeah.
with this gold that they've given them, they're still putting up a fight.
You do have to be a little scared though. Akali's now finished Riftmaker and Demonic Embrace, so she's on her like strongest point in the entire game. Meanwhile, Malzahar's only got the Leandries, so little scary. That Akali's going to be pretty dangerous. Amumu with 7 kills, not going to be fun to deal with in your team fight. Yeah, pretty much. And Samira already has a QSS, so not going to be hit by the Malzahar ult.
This is an interesting fight here.
I think Akali wins this
Yeah.
without Renekton ult.
Oh,
Even in Renekton ult, she might win it.
If he gets his stun back up and then gets back to you, oh no.
Got the stun up, but he's now 1 HP. He just dies. Okay.
Yeah,
Demonic Embrace, OP.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. So the split push is gone.
So
Gone
Akali
bad
seems
for the
weirdly
blue
tanky.
team. Yeah.
I
guess
mean,
that's the health from the demonic embrace.
yeah, and you get extra tank stats as well the longer the burn is on, so that helped. And Fat Cow's Renekton isn't ahead by any means. I mean, has a decent amount of farm, but not more than Akali. Actually, less and less kills. He's down about 1,000 gold to Akali, so not in a super good spot. Who is kind of caught out, but with the rest of his team nearby, probably shouldn't be worried about anything. Akali's splitting on the bot side.
See the executioners coming out from Kane.
Executioner's picked up by Samira as well. Kane is kind of caught out here. Can he get his ult off to save himself? Does manage to get out of the crowd control, but gets CC'd up right back again. Too many tanks. Malzahar's passive gets it away, but don't follow up. They could look for Baron now. Akali could easily, with her flank that she has right now, she could easily look to keep Misfortune away. And then it doesn't look like anybody's going to contest this Baron.
Yeah, I mean, they have TP up with back out, but they don't have any wards in position. And there is that wave you could TP to, but I guess they're just going to give it.
They're
without a jungle, there's no reason to contest the Baron, right?
Yeah, they're pinging onto it now, but it doesn't look like they're actually moving towards it. I think they just know there's nothing they can do. They can't take a team fight 5v5. They definitely can't take one 4v5.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this Misfortune build, though. It's a little interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the shield bow, I guess you're just trying not to get one shot. I think you need Kraken Slayer here, though.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many teams. There's like so many tanks.
Yeah, 3 tanks. I mean, it's nice because you don't want to get one shot by Akali, but like, you're already. Yeah, and you're already like Misfortune. You already don't do shit to tanks, and then now you also buy an item that doesn't do anything to tanks, and you're just having a hard time.
Yeah. It doesn't give as much damage either. So it's a little rough.
Mark is running away. Pooh did use his flash to find that pick and gets nothing. Nobody flashes away either.
Just poking this Poppy, man. It's rough.
Does nothing, yeah. Stunned up again. Now she's caught out there. Renekton's here.
Caught out. That's
Samira needs to run next. It's a good pick because it stops a little bit of the Baron push. Now it's a 4v5 for the next 35 seconds and takes one Baron away. So really good time to catch a member out. Stall out that Baron push. Especially after she burned her flash. She burns her flash to try to pick somebody off. Doesn't work. And nobody even burns any flashes or anything to get away. And then just walks right back up.
I mean, I guess it's just the urge to fight, the urge to win the game. But they
Yeah.
don't have any wards up, and they just like, without any vision, it's just rough to kind of go do that. You don't know that this top lane is gonna collapse on you, and then it's just tough to try to get a pick without vision.
Fighting for this dragon is going to be really scary for blue side. They're down 2 levels in the jungle, 3 levels in the mid lane, one in both bot and support, ADC and support. The only time they're caught up is in the top lane. So they're down items, they're down heavily in levels. They don't have as good of a smite, and their comp gets out team fought. So I really don't know how you fight here unless you get a pick onto this Akali, but yeah, interrupts the ultimates.
That's a nice block by the spear.
Locked up. Kali is absolutely killing people in this fight. Riftmaker OP does not let her die. Gets enough healing out of it to stay alive just a little bit longer. Eventually dies up to the Kane Q, but It means nothing. I'm not sure why Mumu is even taking time to take this dragon. I'm pretty sure they could end the game. I guess actually no. There's only 20 seconds on Allison. They
Yeah,
couldn't quite
I
end.
don't think they end, but they do definitely maybe. They should get an inhib if
Yeah.
with the Baroned up minions. They should get an
Hey, the one good thing for blue side, they're low level, so their death timers are shorter.
I guess so.
They're actually
That was
smurfing.
I mean, they just waited too long, right? They got to pick on Poppy, and if you're gonna fight, then you have to go fight. But if you're not gonna fight, they should just spread out and go take other things, like farm or something. But instead,
Yeah.
they stuck around the dragon and just lost. It was already a lost fight.
I don't blame them, because what else are you gonna do? So you can't go to the side lane because we've already seen Fat Cow loses to Lake Wash in the side lane. I mean, and now he's gonna lose to the whole team in the side lane here.
Yeah.
So can't really blame him. Unearthly
He's
Narwhal,
tanking it out. I don't know.
he actually lives. Okay,
Yeah,
good job.
That was kind of nuts.
But nobody can beat Lokesh in a side lane. Not even Fat Cow. So you lose whoever matches up against Akali loses that side lane. I don't think he beats Pooh either.
Yeah, it's not.
Like,
I mean, he does have the Black Fever complete, so he can burn something.
I don't think
Malzar's just dead.
Yeah, no, he's big time dead.
This is rough.
Like that all just does. It doesn't do any damage.
Yeah.
He actually dies to the burn from Demonic Embrace during the ultimate. He doesn't do any damage to Akali. I mean, he's got 2 items. He's got both the burn items up, but with with Demonic Embrace and the healing from Riftmaker, she's just actually really tanky for some reason.
Yeah.
So-
I have to say that's quite the low cash difference he has, the most he has. Except for there's obviously bot laner.
I think it's an everyone diff actually.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw.
but I feel like it kind of snowballed a little bit more off low cash than it
Big
started up in top.
I think the snowball. I think the Amumu getting fed was really the biggest
Yeah.
part in the snowball. Lokesh is actually caught out here. He might go down this time. Doesn't have his ultimate to get away. Kane picks up the shutdown, and that is a pick. But now Pooh is on to 4G. They're running away because they don't have the numbers here yet. Malzahar is still in base. It ends up being a 3v2 for a while. Fat Cow's still alive.
The shields.
Oh, he does go down. Here comes a Mumu in. Excellent misfortune onto the Karuz. Yukino Sims taking a lot of damage even if he's tanky. Pooh is now in here, stuns him up against the wall. As soon as he goes down, there will be no damage left. Allison will fall shortly after, and that's the fight. That's the game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was the Mumu really did snowball the game, and then it just allowed Lokesh to really do what he wanted.
It was a full team diff and draft diff. It was a full everything diff, actually, this game. I mean, we saw...
Really a lot of draft diff and a lot of execution.
Well, I mean, we saw Pooh... So he ended up going down 50 CS, but he's on a tank in a pick that outscales, and all he needs to do is go even, and he gets the first kill on a Fat Cow, who should be...
Connected into that many tanks.
Yeah. And, I mean, Fat Cow's their strongest player, and the biggest point of weakness on this roster, really. Like, the biggest strength against the biggest weakness. I mean, I don't think Pooh is the biggest weakness by any means, but, like, that's where you have your biggest, like, mismatch for blue side, and you get solo killed, like, level 2. And then, you know, you're losing in the mid lane, you're losing in the bot lane, and you're losing in the jungle. And so you just kind of snowball. And in a game where you need to snowball and get ahead, they lost their tempo so fast, and they really didn't have any kind of chance after that because they don't have the comp diff. I mean, they let 3 OP tanks go through, they let OP Akali go through, and they let OP Samira go through. Banned away Jhin just to first pick Misfortune and leave up Samira, and like it just didn't work out. I don't think their draft. I don't think they had a coherent plan in the draft really.
Yeah. There wasn't much of a plan. I think you're right. I mean, once you go down to a Mumu by that much, it's just rough. Like, he can go around and just enable his teammates so well. And Unearthly Narwhal really scaled up and was strong and just cleaned up all the fights.
Yeah, I think Karuz and Unearthly Narwhal actually played super good. Like, their good play was part of the reason they won that skirmish in the bot side, just barely. Brandon, Lord Wisher asking the real questions. Why did he buy tier and never upgrade it? Beats me. Makes no sense. But hey, I mean, he said tier for 450 gold. This is just a bargain.
Unreal.
No way I'm passing up on this.
Unreal. So much value.
He said Boris is selling his soul out here, dude. I'm just gonna, instead of Boris taking my money, I'm taking it back. But I think Boris had the last laugh there.
Ah, yes. I think we'll see an Amubu ban here. I do have to say. I have a strong feeling we will be seeing an Amubu ban.
So
At least that's what I think.
luckily for Forehead, they do. This is a best of 3. That was only game 1, so they have another shot to end up taking this series. They'll have at least one more game, and if they lose that, they'll be done. But if they win that, we'll have a game 3. So not over yet. I think the biggest thing is just you need to give yourself a team comp that can compete at all stages. Their comp was good enough early, but even then, like you pick Kane, and he's
Yeah.
not terrible. He's not terrible into that comp specifically early game, but like it's not good either. He's still Kane. So
Mhm.
not a good early jungler to go with your other early game champs, and then you just fall behind. You lock yourself into a playstyle to where if you fall behind, you're doomed. So
Yeah. And he
I
took a
want
lot
to,
of fights after he fell behind, but it was just unfortunate.
and they didn't like take any of the busted champs really. I mean, I think
Yeah.
Renekton's good, but not exactly like OP by any means. The best champ I think they got was like
Lulu.
Kane.
Yeah, I mean Kane was pretty strong. He seemed to be like putting up fights, but he just didn't have much backup after he got his fights because nobody else could go in, right? Like once you
Yeah,
get
like
stunned up
I
by a Moo, it just
you
feels
just
so
die.
bad to try to go in. Yeah. I
They
mean
had
your
no
teammates
damage.
have to leave you.
I mean, we saw multiple times. I think Marcus the Wagen actually played that pretty good. He had
Yeah.
some really good misfortune ultimates. He just doesn't do any damage. I mean, he channels the ultimate across the full team the whole way through, and like we're like, wow, look at the big damage as it takes off like half the health of these tanks. They tank the entire ultimate. They just stand there, and then afterwards they kill your whole team.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do enough. I'm still surprised. I wish they hadn't. It wouldn't have helped too much against tanks because Jin is still kind of weak against tanks, but he's just the best ADC by far in general, and you banned him out first pick on blue side when you could have
Yeah.
grabbed him instantly, or make red side waste a ban on it. And I'm surprised they did it. And must mean, I assume it means that Marcus can't play it or he's not comfortable playing it, and it really is a hindrance because if you leave it up, I'm sure Unearthly Narwhal will take it.
Yeah.
And if you thought the Samira was broken, I mean, I think Samira as a champ is more broken, but I think right now with the new items, Jin is the best ADC by far.
Mm, true. I have yet to actually play too many games on Jin. Even though I've played like almost all of my LCS games on Jin, but I know he was broken before they changed the items. So
He's just really good with them now. You just walk around the map and one shot people with your autos.
uh
You get the collector and
that's
it
how
one
it was
shot.
before.
Yeah, it one shots people below a threshold, and with the other
Uh
items, he does so much damage. You can just walk around and like one tap, like squishy characters.
mm, yeah. I mean, it was still kind of a game for how much they let him. Like they just got draft dips. I think you're right. I think that Renekton's just not quite the champ that you want into 3 tanks, right? The tank Leona, the tank top, and the tank jungle. It's just not like you really want to take Renekton into something like a squishy jungle and
Yeah,
just
I don't like blind picking it,
yeah,
and I don't like the pick in general, just because we've seen it a bunch. We're only really seeing it from like the best top laners. I think Fat Cow and Dog have been the ones to play it the most, and I I don't know if this is the first time Fat Cow's played it this tournament specifically, but I've seen it a lot in past tournaments, and in Dog played it at least twice, and in all of the games it just never gets a lead. Like
uh,
if it get or if it gets a lead, it's small enough that it doesn't really transfer over. It's still a decent pick and they're decent players, but like they kind of just get stonewalled in these tank matchups, and they
yeah,
can't have an impact really. So uh, I'd like to just see something honestly, like putting Fat Cow on like Ornn. He's a super good Ornn player, and I know it's a tank, and like you don't really want your tank to be your carry, but like Ornn's really busted
yeah.
right now, and I think you can carry on a tank, as we saw from Yukino Simp there.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes Ornn and then his Kane goes a little bit more I mean, his Kane was going quite bruiser, so I mean, if he goes Ornn, he's probably got damage from his Kane in like 2v2s up at top, and he can probably doesn't die level 2, but that doesn't help. But yeah, I mean, he needs. It's just rough to pick it into that comp, but we'll see. I imagine. I really hope there's an Amumu ban. I don't want to see that champion again, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd like to see it banned out. It's been picked in like if it's been pick or banned every game in the tournament so far, I think. So
Yeah.
it's definitely too strong, and it has a huge impact. We've seen low elo and high elo players play it. It's just too good right now.
Yeah. I mean, he Simp played it pretty well. Yuko Simp played it pretty well.
Yeah,
He
I
like I
think.
mean he was all over the map. I mean anytime there was a fight it was usually him
And
and
why
he
did
was
4G not
usually
take it?
starting it.
All right, so
Mm.
I honestly I really didn't even think about it because I expected the Jin pick and I was
Yeah, they
but
really
they
should have
banned it, but
first picked
they
him.
could have
Yeah.
first picked a Mumu. You know,
Yeah.
they used their blue side first picks. They should be able to get the most busted champ that's not banned, and all of the busted champs
They
like that
picked
are
yeah.
available. That yeah, they get their pick of the litter and they make red side ban it if they don't want to play against it. But
Yeah.
instead, they ban some busted champs themselves, and then they don't pick any of them. I mean, Misfortune's
I
good.
think
Don't get me wrong, but
yeah.
like
I don't
she's
think he
not.
first picked Misfortune ever. That
No, she's not a Mumu. Like she, you know.
yeah.
Um.
He's not gonna have that
So
big of a
yeah,
impact.
she's not Jin. So I think you just take a Mumu there in that situation, and your
Yeah.
game looks a lot better. You know, you make them play something different into a Mumu.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're first pick, you don't ban Mumu because you pick him, right? I don't. That's nuts.
Yeah. So we'll get to see see if they can adapt here. Wow, I couldn't speak words. See if they can adapt here because their forehead is back on blue side. 2D Sim Squad chooses red side again. I guess they think that. I think red side's
It's
probably
lucky.
stronger right now, actually, because like it. I think there's so many busted champs you can't ban them out if you also want to ban out like target picks.
Uh,
So and on red side you get two of them. So yeah, maybe they take the Amumu here, but then you grab the Jin. I don't know, Jin Akali, something like that. You know, there's too many good champs.
mhm.
So you can't ban them all, and you're not going to give up bans on champs like Fat Cow's Aatrox or Lokesh's Zed or something, even if they're not OP right now. So
Yeah.
some of the OP champs are going through.
Yep.
Sub to Lokesh's OnlyFans to see his feet.
Ah.
I can
I
attest. They're
I
they're
guess I
they're
should get on
gorgeous.
the Twitch. This sounds pretty interesting.
It's the chat right now is pretty much just Brandon roasting everybody from both teams.
Ah.
Mostly forehead,
I thought that was my
but
job.
from both teams. Yeah, pretty much.
What's going on here? There's a good couple of misplays, but they kind of
Okay,
set themselves up for failure. But we'll see what happens in the draft.
Brandon's still just riding high because he defeated his longtime rival Big Ichi to establish himself as second best mid at VCU behind me. So
Uh,
uh, he's just riding high right now. And he also since I got eliminated before I ever even got to the playoffs, he knows he won't be able to run it down to me in mid lane anymore. So he's feeling pretty good. He's got a clear shot now to the finals now that he can't tower dive free kills to me, and Big Ichi can't beat him anymore.
Zed ban. All right. Now we're
Again,
back to
yeah.
banning one tricks. Let's
Doesn't surprise
go.
me that they banned Zed. I honestly I think you let him have it. Like
Actually, Zed is pretty. I don't know. He might be strong.
I don't think he's bad, but
He
I don't
was
think
the.
he's
He was
he
like the
was the
strongest
best.
mid laner before these fucking
So
these items.
yeah, to be fair, like I'm only going off of win rates right now. I don't play Zed,
Uh,
and I haven't played a ton of
Here
preseason. I played a
comes the
little bit.
Mumu pick. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
They
They
take it this
got him.
time. Very smart. They banned the Jin again, which I mean, I guess if you're gonna
Yeah,
ban Jin and take a Mumu, that's
it's
fine because you don't
yeah.
want to give up Jin and you don't want to give up Mumu. The Nunu going into it is a good answer,
Oh,
but like a
it's
Mumu is just
Samir.
better than Nunu right now. So
What
Good
can you
pick.
pick counter Samira? Oh, we've seen the Nautilus, some engage from the blue team.
I don't think the Misfortune's bad here again. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think the Misfortune pick itself was
maybe a
like a
different
bad
build.
pick.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad pick, but maybe if he builds it differently, can
Yeah,
have
and
a little
like
bit more success.
it was a bad pick, first pick in that situation. I don't think it's a bad ADC right now, but
Yeah, I don't
against all
think.
those tanks, and you didn't even get to, and you didn't even see the tanks because you picked it first, so you didn't even get to
Yeah,
answer into anyone. Now
I
the
guess they
Rise is
want
a
the
bad
comfort
pick.
here. They
That's
just
a,
want the comfort, I imagine.
I guess that's a bad pick though. Rise is bad.
I mean,
Um,
he probably will do better than his Mauser hard dude.
maybe
He's
like
just after comfort, man. We're
we
all one
have
trick.
seen
Oh,
him
here come the
beat.
Yone. Let's go. All right.
Yeah, Rise into Yone. So we did see Allison's Rise beat Big Ichi's Lucian in lane. Did get a solo kill on him
Ah,
there. He did die as well, but he did get a solo kill on Big Ichi's Lucian in lane. When that's a really hard matchup. Now Rise is worse now than he was then, and
ah.
Yone is better than Lucian mid. So
We're ready for this scale. He's just gonna scale up and punish him.
yeah, so we'll see. I mean, you got to leave up something. If you want to ban the Akali, you got to leave up the Yone.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think you could have dropped the Zed ban. Personally, I think Zed's still good, but I just don't think he's as good as. He's probably better than Yone right now, actually, but
Mhm.
I don't think he's as good as
He
Akali.
doesn't scale as hard as Yone. So
Yeah,
Yone's gonna scale pretty hard. They
it,
banned the Renekton. I feel like they're playing for the other team now.
I think I'm honestly I think Echo is really good right now, and I'd be more scared of Lokesh's Echo than like his Zed or
Uh,
his Yone. To be
mm,
honest,
that's kind of out of left field. I don't know.
he plays a lot of Echo.
Uh, I haven't seen too much of Echo. He's always been a cancer champ.
Yeah, and he's just really good with the new Proto Belt or
Mm,
Rocket Belt or whatever it is.
Rocket Bound. What's this last band? Did they not? Oh wow.
Poppy, yeah, banning Leona and
Dane's
the Poppy.
shaking in his boots. What's happening?
I know, definitely a good some adaptations here coming in. We'll see if they pick
Oh, the
support.
Pantheon
Yeah,
support. That's
Pantheon.
actually scary. That's a scary ass lane.
We'll see. You've got
Oh, the
Nautilus.
Cho'Gath. Dude, this is gonna be nuts. He's Tyler 1.
Ooh, okay. Just going ahead and taking Cho'Gath top lane. Once again, you're blind picking your top laner, so it's a little bit scary. I think Nautilus Misfortune should be fine though. Samira Pantheon's dangerous, but like she's ranged enough and she does enough in the early game alongside like a strong like tank engage support with Nautilus where I don't think Samira Pantheon is gonna clap them by any means.
Oh, he changed it to Ezreal? Interesting. Well, we'll see. Oh, yeah, you did lock in Ezreal. Ooh,
I
it's
don't like that as
Karma
much.
mid. You don't. I don't know, man. That lane
Karma
is
top.
like, it's just like you get stunned and it's all over, right? Pantheon Samira is
Yeah,
just really
it's
rough. I
cancer.
played against her like twice. It's really rough.
And
It,
I guess you're hoping because the Samira doesn't really fall off, but Pantheon does. So
yeah,
I guess you're
but
hoping that you outscale them, you outscale the support by playing Ezreal and not like
oh, is this
dying in
Karma
lane.
top?
I think
Karma
it's Karma
top
top.
versus Cho'Gath.
Well, Yone could go top lane,
Mm,
so I don't know. They could be sending Lokesh into the top lane with Yone. I know
either way,
I
I
know
don't.
Lokesh is playing Yone. It's definitely not Pooh on Yone. So it just depends if the Karma's going to go mid or top lane.
Yeah, I don't think this is a good. So this, I think, blue team is drafted much better here. They have damage with Rise, and eventually they'll get damage with Ezreal. And Cho'Gath can actually just become a monster that wins the game.
Yeah, Cho'Gath it can be pretty good. He can build Sunfire. He's a
Yeah,
tank. He can get real
yeah. I
tanky
mean,
and he can do decent
if he's
damage.
against Karma, it's kind of just free. I mean,
I think it's I don't know. It's not my favorite tank right
and
now.
then
I
if
don't
it's
think.
I don't know. If it's against Karma, it's free. And then if Yone goes, but if Yone goes top, then Allison gets a free lane to farm. I feel like
Yeah,
so. Like I just don't see this
I'm just not
turning out
scared of.
well.
I'm not scared of the Rise farming though. Like
I don't know.
I just think
I mean,
Rise is so dog right now.
maybe, but if you forget about him, he eventually shows up. But the
Yeah,
Yone can just scale. I think you definitely take Yone mid and used to sacrifice top because if Yone gets mid and gets enough farm, like he just is so strong
and
and he
even
gets
sacrificing top. Like Karma should do fine in that Cho'Gath lane. I mean, she has all the
yeah.
crowd control. She has all the poke. She's ranged. Like she should just kind of farm evenly. It's a shame
Okay.
that they can't get Fat Cow by picking blue side every time. They can't get Fat Cow onto a
The KO was up,
counter
wasn't it?
pick.
The
Yeah, it
KO was
was.
up. What's
He
happening?
didn't want to first pick it. I think.
Oh,
No,
I
KO was
don't know.
actually banned in the first round,
Oh,
so it wasn't up, and it'd be a little
oh,
scary to first pick. I think he probably would have just taken it if it was up, to be honest. But
Yeah.
it
Kale's so strong right now.
it's one of the it's one of the downsides, and it's a problem that Allison's had the entire tournament, is that his champ pool isn't very big, and it's all the same style. So like playing against Rise or playing against Oriana or even like Malzahar, none of those champs, it doesn't, you can blind pick into them all. None of those champs, if you
Yeah.
blind pick your assassin, if you blind pick your Yone from Lokesh here, you're not
Too worried about what he
too
picked.
worried about what he picks. And you don't. And Allison picks these champs so early. He's been picking his Rise like blind picks like first round every time it's up. So you can counter pick both top and mid by being red side here. And even if you can't counter pick mid, it doesn't even matter because you know what he's going to pick anyway.
Mm.
So it makes it really hard for Fat Cow right now because all of his champs get banned out, and then he doesn't get a counter pick either. So he ends up playing something like Renekton into Poppy or Cho'Gath, which I think is a pretty cool and pretty good pick. But I think it's going to be really hard to play into a Karma top if that Karma goes top.
Mm.
I think it's going
Yeah.
to be miserable. Like, if he can hit Qs, yeah, but Karma can speed herself up and run away.
Yeah.
And she can just drop the tether on him, and he can't catch up. So it's just going to be poke and farm from range for Karma, while he just sits there and farms also, and
Well,
not
I mean,
really what you want.
Cho'Gath regens a lot, especially if he goes like if he goes grasp of the grasp, then he can just like Karma will never kill him.
He'll
Or
never
he's
hit.
just gonna,
He'll never hit Karma with his grasp. Is the kind of the
yeah,
problem.
but once he gets level R, like level 6, once Cho'Gath gets his R, it's a little dangerous for Karma.
It's scary, but
Yeah.
the problem is that once again, Fat Cow is like their biggest win condition. Like that's where they need to win the hardest. He needs to carry. And I think he can carry on tank champions. I just don't think he can carry on a tank champion when you get counterpicked by Karma.
Yeah. I mean,
So he won't. I don't think he's going to get any kills this lane. It'll be
yeah.
hard for him to. If he does that'll be, he'll have to do a big outplay, or like Pooh will just have to play pretty bad. He shouldn't hit
Yeah.
Qs onto this
Yeah.
Karma.
If I was on blue team and I saw Yone and Samira, I'd be like, let's FF. It's not worth it.
Honestly, I mean, you have
But
a
actually,
Mumu,
I mean,
though.
you do have a Moo, so it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, the Amumu is really good. Like just as good as it was last game, it'll be good into this comp as well. Both
Yeah.
all Samira, Yone, Pantheon, Nunu, they all have to get up on you to do their damage. I mean, Samira's not melee, but like her ultimate is a circle with about the same range as Mumu ult, maybe a little less. Yone, Pantheon, Nunu, they all want to get into the fight, and if you're just in that fight as a Mumu, you drop the ult, lock them all down, and then you just hit them with gigantic % health damage from your W and from your Sunfire, and hopefully, you're tanky, so you'll last for a while, and hopefully your team can actually follow up with some damage on their own. It's going to be hard for Red Side to play team fights when a Mumu ult is up if it's used in a good spot, but I think
Yeah.
4G's going to have to be really good.
Yeah.
I
mean, if the Moo ult comes down and then Cho'Gath just like queues you up and then eats you.
Yeah, I think it could be good. I think Yone's going to have the biggest problem because he's probably going to dive out in front knowing that he has his W to take him back, and then I could easily see him getting like a Mumu ulted into Cho'Gath silenced and eaten,
Yeah.
and then it'd be a 4v5. So team fighting from blue side's better this game, but you've got a really weak Rise. You've got a pretty, Mumu's pretty weak early game too. Cho'Gath should be pretty much stonewalled in the top lane, and your bot lanes has no pressure. So
Oh yeah, it's gonna be rough for the Nautilus because Ezreal can't do much.
yeah,
I mean, he can if you play him really well, but
so rough
you
early
can't walk
game.
up. Yeah, you just can't walk up in that bot lane, right? Pantheon stun you, Samira E's in, then W's, so you can't hit her with any Qs. Like it's just like if you walk up, you kind of just die. So it's gonna be rough for Nautilus, but maybe they can just farm up because I feel like eventually Ezreal will outscale Samira, but Samira's so strong. Well, he should, but Samira's just so strong.
Yeah, the Ezreal pick is fine. You're just not going to have any pressure bot lane because of it.
Yeah, they might lose a lot of dragons. But it also
Yeah,
might be a situation where they push too far and a Mumu can gank, so that
yeah,
would be
and
the
just
most ideal. But
that would be really good, and that could get a Mumu ahead like it did last game, which would be really nice. The problem is just that like
I mean,
it,
the Nunu can be all up in there too. I mean, a Nunu has massive map
exactly,
presence. He can be
and
everywhere.
you don't have a lot of agency here in the early game. You should have no mid pressure. You should have no bot pressure. You should have decent top pressure, but like I don't know. I don't think Karma's like a hard counter to Cho'Gath or anything, but I don't think it's gonna I don't think Cho'Gath is gonna find a bunch of kills onto a Karma top. So a slightly pushed up, 20 CS lead Cho'Gath. Yeah, I mean it's scary, but like it's not. I don't think it's gonna necessarily take over the entire game. It could, and I'd like to see it. I think it's gonna need to, but I think it's gonna be pretty hard for it. And meanwhile, while Forehead scales a lot better this game than they did last game, they have actual real options to team fight with. It's not like 2D Sim Squad doesn't scale also. The Karma top is not amazing in scaling, but it's still a support champ, offers some usefulness for your other champs
Yone.
when you're speeding them up. You've got Yone, scales super good. Samira, in the right situation, can scale really good. It just, you got to wait out that Amumu ult before you go in, basically.
Mm.
So they're
So
no
you see
slouches
the
in team fighting and scaling either.
yeah. So Yone takes Ignite. That's probably pretty strong.
Yeah, I like it into Rise. I think he can kill Rise. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised. I feel like you would take Ignite last game, and I'd be more willing to take TP this game. But
Yeah.
I think he can find kills onto this Rise. I think Yone is the kind of champ where you can easily find it. Like if you don't even need a lead to find kills onto this Rise, because I don't think Rise is a super good champ, and Yone can tower dive like level 5 and find kills. So I expect him to, with his Ignite, to press his advantage and look for kills hard and early in this early game.
Yeah. Should be an interesting thing to see Yone. I've like I think I've played their champ like twice.
I have not played the champ because
This?
I don't play dumb champs.
I like to buy them and then I like to look at them and then play them, and then I say this champ is garbage. Never played.
True. If it's a busted assassin, I won't play him. If it's a busted champ, period, I won't play it.
Look at this taunt, dude. He's just taunting him. Oh,
Fortitude just walking up. Lokesh just hanging
the
out.
big
Oh,
damage.
First damage. GG. Red side does take this chance to walk in and put a deep ward into blue side's jungle, but they gave up a ward also, so
yeah,
not really a big deal either way. Fortitude did switch to a sweeper though, so he's gonna back and he might spot out that ward, get some early little bit of EXP. Maybe not.
They're not like
might be late to his red buff actually, like just like a second or two late before the spawn.
Nah, with the Q he'll get there. Watch, fly in.
Well, see, he's gonna be about a second late, but luckily he has some nice bot lane leechers, so he doesn't really miss any DPS time.
Perfect aggro trade-off.
There you go. Nunu should farm a bit faster than Amumu here in the early game, so should get some better early pressure. We've seen this matchup already in the first playoff match, and I think early game, Nunu has the advantage. He farms faster. He has better ganks early. Ooh, already engaging in the bot side.
That's
a decent chunk there.
That's not bad. That's what you need to do before he gets up his stun and his Q. You need to poke him down so if they jump in.
But I wouldn't be surprised to see Nunu, especially come top lane, because it should be pretty easy to roll a ball right on top of this Cho'Gath, especially with Karma speeding herself or you up to get the tether. Looking for Pantheon again already.
Oh, they're
actually.
level 2. They should be able
to advantage.
Something.
Getting some decent poke here. Really going in. But now Samira has a level 2, so it's a little bit scary. You don't really want to keep taking that trade.
Yeah, I mean,
Cho'Gath
kept walking up. They have Ignite.
Did take Grasp. I don't really like it.
I mean, he's just gonna take so much harass. He's got to have something.
But like, you have to get the auto attack off to get the Grasp proc. And I don't think he's gonna have very many opportunities to auto attack Karma.
Well, we see the Nunu coming mid, and then we see the other team's jungle going 5.
And there's that Ignite. Yone gets up the first blood. Yone gets up the first blood.
What is this pathing by Dane?
Ooh, Fortitude wants to make his presence felt.
Is he gonna get him? Oh,
late flash from Pooh.
Oh, the double flash.
Okay, so yeah, a bunch of questionable flashes there. Pooh doesn't flash the Cho'Gath knockup, so he dies. His flash was bad because he should have either flashed the Cho'Gath Q or not at all. But accidentally makes it
Oh.
worth it though. Actually, they went in right before the level 3 came in from the red side, and level 2 only for all Battalion, so she's actually at a pretty big disadvantage.
But it's not
Take-
too bad of a trade. She got the ignite out, so now the next time she goes in, she can ignite him. So this is an interesting fight right here. Who's gonna win this?
Yeah, Allison versus Yukino, or 4G versus
If
Yukino.
he, oh, he's
I
gonna
think
win.
He wins.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
gets
get the flash out. So he doesn't gank as fast or farm as fast, but Amumu against other tanks with his
He's
passive
gonna
W
punish. Yeah,
should be able to eventually win out, it looks like.
that was rough.
But we've already
Okay.
seen, this is kind of what I meant from the Nunu. I think he should just keep coming back mid, because Allison's going to
Yeah.
be really vulnerable here in this mid lane. Not much you can do to really get away from these ganks, and now that Lokash has one, or Lakewatch has one kill, I think it's going to be really hard to avoid giving up any more of those. I
Yeah.
think level 6 we'll probably see another one.
What's happening? That's interesting. So bot
Going in
lane,
for another
we
trade
got
in
a
bot
fight.
lane.
Oh, they
They're
ignite on the
aggressive.
Samira.
Albatai's getting really low though. Karuz can easily one-tap her now with a spear.
Yeah.
Actually, Unearthly Narwhal's going to go in herself and end up trying to finish him off, and
Oh.
it does work
Oh,
out. And here
and the
comes
gank.
Nunu to
Mm.
double kill. Oh, and Fat Cow is he solo killed again in the top
Oh.
lane by Pooh?
We didn't see that on screen, but apparently.
No, we didn't see it on stream, but he's dead, and Nunu is bot lane. So
Yeah.
he is TPing behind
one
Karma
way.
now.
Oh wow.
Karma may be kind of caught up, but if Karma gets
Look at
into
the speed, dude. This
he can
dude's
get into the
fast.
tower though.
Oh,
Oh,
the free
okay.
gold.
So finds the kill again.
Yeah, it's
So not-
just like
not-
last game.
Not too bad, but the fact that he's getting solo killed in this matchup is not a good sign.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, this is kind of what I was talking about with the Karma pick. Like, it's in lane, it should be superior to the Cho'Gath, and Cho'Gath burned his flash for no reason last time. I mean,
Yeah.
one of them needed to, him or Fortune needed to, but they both did. So, he ends up dying there. Doesn't have the flash to get away. Didn't have any mana. I'm pretty sure the last time the camera was up there, he was pretty much So, probably just got run down by Karma. Already has her Merc Treads to avoid the crowd control and make her go a little bit faster to avoid the Cho'Gath Qs.
Yeah, I mean this Samir is quite fed here. Where did she come back? She comes back with the quiver, so.
Yeah, it's scary. They're down 1k already. That bot lane's scary. I mean, it was interesting to me that they were being so aggressive on blue
no.
side. They're going in again, but Nunu's already here. This is
Yeah,
absolutely
I
the
mean
worst
they got
time
a
you could
lot of
have chosen.
damage on the Samir, but that Amumu just shows up. I mean Nunu shows up. Amumu.
Yeah, Allison's gonna take a lot of damage here from
Oh,
Lakewatch
he's
though. He
dead.
actually uses the ignite. He's dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see more of that. Ryze has nothing he can do about it. Absolutely nothing Ryze can do to avoid being killed there. It's probably going to happen over and over this game. The Ignite came back up, and Lakewash went right back in. I don't even think he needed his flash. I think he had the kill regardless, with his Ignite ticking down
Level
and the...
4, I don't know how this is gonna work out.
Yeah, I don't know.
for him.
I think 4G just dies.
Yeah, I mean, what's gonna happen? Oh,
Fatcow does have his ultimate, so he can
he
just get
got
the
him.
heat.
Wow, they
And
live.
4G lives. Okay.
Not a bad tower dive, and then.
Dare I
They
say
were-
well played. I don't want to, but
Yeah, I get
well played. Good job.
the insane level 4 Nunu walking up to the level 6.
So
Level 6 Karma.
Allison,
Uh-oh.
probably crying in real life, decides to buy another tier, which on Ryze is better this time. Lakewash is going to find a solo kill into
Yeah.
Fatcow. With no ult, there's nothing he can do about this. He is dead for sure.
Yeah, this Yone is gonna go on hit and just be nuts.
So if you want my honest opinion, the game is over.
Ah,
Alice is a little caught out here from Nunu. He should be able to get away. I don't think Nunu has the damage to actually kill off this Ryze. Just going to force him away. Yone is 3-0. Nobody can beat him in the side lane at this point. I mean, this is also Lokash, and nobody beats him in the side lane anyway. Samira's got 2 kills. The bot lane from blue side is being way too aggressive. They're in a losing matchup, and like they keep engaging.
yeah.
And both times, it was sad. Both times Nunu was there, but I'm pretty sure they were going to lose the 2v2 regardless. So,
Oh,
not-
Nunu's back.
yeah, I don't really like the idea.
Oh,
Looking
they're
for the
both
tower
dead.
dive here. It's a little scary. You do have Nautilus here to tank it up, but
They're both
whew,
dead. Yeah.
both just burst out. Yukino Sense is tanky
Jesus.
enough to take the fight right there and not get hurt at all.
Yeah, this is just a rough game. This might be just.
4G and Allison are around, but Allison doesn't do any
Look
damage.
at that health regen was nuts. Yeah, Allison
Could look for an ult from Amumu.
Wait,
Big
the
ultimate.
Amumu's. Oh, this is back. They're back.
Woo.
It's 3 free goals. It's 3 shutdowns.
You want this
really.
kill into Allison, not Amumu. There you go.
Oh.
But Lakewash is here, and he is going to kill Allison. And he took his W a little fast there, actually. I guess Nautilus was almost back, but he might have been able to find Amumu.
Yeah.
Well played from Lakewash, though. Gets a kill back on his own.
Yeah.
Decent for blue side. You know, you make something out of that tower dive.
Yeah, I mean, they just stuck around for too long, right? If they just, like, take those kills and leave, then that's so much gold. But then they just dropped a bunch back over.
Yeah, it fed Amumu. I mean, we saw Amumu, not going to say he solo carried by any means, but we saw what Amumu could do with some gold last game.
Yeah.
It was a really big nuisance in these fights, and he could do the same thing. I think having Amumu use, like I said, it's kind of the same thing, even though they're behind a little bit now, like about 1.5k. The same rule kind of applies. If Amumu finds a huge ult in a team fight that basically by itself shuts down Lakewash and shuts down Unearthly Narwhal, you could win a fight. But without it, it's going to be tough. And here comes Nunu again for a gank on the top side. Pooh does dodge out on the Q knockup from Backow. Snared up constantly. They have to be careful of his ultimate if he's able to get onto somebody, get them low enough. But they're dodging out really good on his crowd control. 4G's here. No ultimate on this Amumu, though. I don't think there's much he can do.
Something. Oh, here comes Allison. Oh, it looks like it's going to be another cleanup. Wow.
Amumu solo carry.
Yeah. Where are they running? I guess they're running from
Lakewash is coming.
Lakewash, yeah.
Yeah, anywhere that Young goes, you don't want to be. Down goes Marcus, can't even use his E to get out of there. Abatalia will be able to get herself out, but...
Bot lane is looking rough.
Yeah. So, bot and mid are kind of running it.
Yeah.
Jungle's looking good. I mean, this game kind of looks like last game, to be honest. Are they gonna ult mid? No, they're ulting right onto Abatalia here.
Yeah. The Ignite, I don't know if it kills. Yeah, it doesn't.
She ends up getting out, has her shield up.
She's not level 6, though. That's a big level deficit.
Yeah. Also, a lot of pressure on that turret, getting a lot of plates here.
Yeah.
This is a scary game for blue side. You're really in danger of this running away. Like I said, I think if you get to team fight phase and Amumu's good, and he has been so far, you can end up winning some fights. But you're getting to a dangerous point of the game where Lakewash, wherever he goes, finds a kill.
Yeah, and he's gonna start getting lifesteal, and it's just gonna be nuts.
And this bot lane is strong. I mean, this bot lane gap is huge. Ezreal's gonna be pretty much useless in fights right now, and Nautilus is just a knockup bot. Allison will get ulted up and is gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, like even in a fight, like even if you get him low, if he sticks around long enough to stack his Conqueror, man, like it's not winnable.
And I feel pretty bad for Allison here, but Yon, as soon as he gets ahead, can really take over a game. Backow does have his ult, or does not have his ult, so he probably actually can't kill off Yon here. Skirmish in the bot lane, Abatalia has already fallen down. 4G uses his ult really just defensively, and Unearthly Narwhal does live with just a little bit of HP, and they're going to run away, take one kill for the trouble, and leave, and they're 14-7 right now. Same as last game with tons of skirmishes, tons of small fights everywhere around the map, and consistently, red side is trading better in them to where they're giving up kills. They've given up 7 kills at 12 minutes, but they've got 14 back.
Yeah, this would be the time to fight with Lakewash not there, but I don't think they know that. But can't really fight if you get caught like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Dane comes all the way down from top lane and hides in this bush. I don't know.
He's gonna get a kill on Karoo at least. Does have his ult this time.
Yep.
But Allison might be in some trouble. Depends on how many tower shots Zip wants to tank for him.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh no.
Oh, he lives with 1 HP.
Whoa.
The
miscalculation.
Lakewash didn't get quite enough damage from his little mini Z ult there. Oh, walks back into the Cho'Gath knockup.
This is a big shutdown. Oh, but he's got flash.
Good flash. Abatalia can hit a hook onto Pooh. Actually, doesn't even need to. Fat Cow can end up getting her with his
Look
Q.
at that. Oh my gosh.
And Nunu's right there.
Just runs away.
Decides to just peel him off.
With the last bit of mana she has.
But we've seen a CS and level gap come up in the jungle again. It's just 1 level this time, but it's about 20 CS lead. Meanwhile, you've got a 30 CS lead in the mid lane, and while there's a 31 in the top lane as well.
I mean, Nunu's really focused on yanking bot and has been really successful. I mean, like, anytime you see Pantheon Samira, you should probably just run there and you're gonna kill every
Cho'Gath
time.
is gonna die. Or no, Amumu
He's
and
got his whole team with him, so...
Yeah, they're actually here. Nunu's in a kind of a bad spot. He's so fast, though.
Oh, the 3-man...
ult.
Oh, that's a mistake, though. Really doesn't need to go back in.
Yeah, big shutdown onto the Cho'Gath here, making him a lot tankier and a lot stronger.
Yeah. I mean, what's the lead without going back in?
And with the Rift Herald, they probably can get this first turret mid, which is going to be nice. A decent influx of gold and some good map pressure here. They're going to probably drop the gold lead from about 3.5k a minute ago to, I don't know, about 2, which is definitely something here with a comp that probably outscales, though not much, not by much, but probably outscales a little bit. You know, every little bit you can get here in the early game goes a long way.
I really like to see Rise take that tower. Not sure why he's backing off. I guess I can see the map, but
scared of Pantheon.
Yeah.
Pantheon ult behind you when you've got either Samira or Pooh's Karma walking up is going to be real dangerous. Yeah. Especially with Pantheon having 3 kills.
This is looking like a death ball here.
Yeah. I think you can essentially just tank the turret. TP coming in from blue side though. It looks like that cow is going to try to make his presence.
Yeah.
He's a little bit caught out. If he gets hit by the Q, he's going to be in danger.
People, he's going to be pretty big.
Yeah, he could do it. They're gonna save the kill.
Oh no!
Oh no, Marcus!
Oh no!
Oh, fat cow! Oh, that.
He thought he was good, but
he wanted to donate the kill.
You guys got this, right?
Yeah, he wanted to donate the kill to his ADC because he has no gold, but by doing so, doesn't get a stack from his ultimate, and his ADC dies and still doesn't get the kill. So
yeah, but they get this tower. Allison does need
maybe
the back
they get the turret.
He will die.
Samira and Nunu are here. They could kill 4G.
Oh, he got away.
And they're able to at least distract him enough that the turret doesn't fall quite yet.
Yeah. I think it will be falling now.
Allison does not have a completed item yet, and he's the only champion of the game. Or I guess neither does Nautilus, but he's the only non-support in the game without a completed item. He has a lot of components, but he's behind, and he's on Rise, and Rise is not good.
I mean, this game is evened out quite a bit, though, with some of these skirmishes. In the beginning, it was real rough. It was just Yone running around killing people.
Yeah, it's about 2.5k gold down instead of, like,
well, it looked like
3.5.
It was going to snowball till it was over. But...
Yeah, they've done a good job pulling it back. They've collected a few shutdowns. Fat Cow's gotten some kills. Allison got 1, and this Amumu has done a good job. He's been around the map. He has 9 KP right now, only 1 behind the Nunu, and he's gotten enough kills for himself that he's decently strong himself, which is good. He needs to be strong. He needs big ults, and he needs to catch. He really needs to catch Lake Wash out doing assassin things. Cruz is gonna die.
It's another ult.
Smart opportunity to just ulting it this time.
DP.
Not waiting for your Ezreal to just die this time. And it's right before the dragon, which is good. Karuz is gonna be dead for 18 more seconds. The drag is up in 24. He doesn't have his ultimate yet either, so he will not be here quite in time. Actually, Karma's caught out a little bit too. Lake Wash comes in, knocks up Allison, basically one-shots him. He is gonna go down. Albatai is dead as well.
Quite the extended fight here, but Amumu's not in it, so...
Amumu is here now with his ultimate. If he's able to get onto Lake Wash, they could one-shot him and actually change this fight. Pantheon is coming from base though. His ultimate will be up in about 1 second and could be really big in this fight.
If they stick around, it could be a
They probably die if they stay here. Nunu could easily find a flank from behind.
Oh no.
They need to leave right now or they're dead.
Yeah, after they miss that, they need to get out.
They're sticking around as well. I guess they're hoping Albatai comes back from base. Marcus is already chunked out. Not that he doesn't any damage in the first place, though.
They're not kiting too badly.
Yeah, it's just all about this Amumu ult. If Amumu can get in there and find a perfect ultimate, and they burst 1 or 2 members out, they could save this fight. Rise is actually now able to come from base as well. His ultimate's up, so he will be able to have a little bit of a teleport into the fight if he needs to. Looks like they're going to try to get it. Fat Cow's ult is up again, though, and so you have 2 smites here. He gets a stack from it.
Yeah.
Really good. Okay, works out. I really think that Red Side should have pulled the trigger. I think.
Yeah, I thought Red Side was baiting him in to just kill the dragon, then go in on him.
Yeah. But... Nunu had the ball. Nunu had a flank with his snowball up. Could have easily walked in, combined with Pantheon ult, and you just kill all 3. But choose to play it a little safe and end up giving up
mean-
an objective, stopping your dragon stacking. With that, I mean, they would have been on soul point if they picked that up, and with the ocean soul, would have been tough to take them down.
Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, just more blue side getting closer and closer. They didn't necessarily win that fight, but they just drawed it out long enough that the red just gave up. I don't know why.
Do you think Cho'Gath can beat this Yone in the side lane?
No way. I mean, Yone's just gonna stack his Conquer and then Houster, like, maybe. Maybe if he CCs him long enough with his Q, and if Cho'Gath hits everything.
Yeah, they're the same level. He has a lot of armor, but this is Lake Wash in the side lane we're talking about. He does never lose. He won that matchup last game. We'll have to see if this goes any better.
I mean, Yone does have his ultimate.
Forgy could look for a binding over the wall. They end up backing off in time. They know that the Yone can't be here. Does dodge out on the Q though, but he
I mean,
can't
that's
be
a lot
here,
of
and
health,
that's-
man. That
that's the
Cho'Gath's got a
strongest
lot of
member.
health. That's a
True.
lot of health.
Ooh, shorts the Q a little bit,
Yeah.
but I think they should be looking for a fight when they know. I mean, I know the Cho'Gath is one of the strongest members as well, but like
Yeah.
when you know that the Yone, who is easily the strongest member on red side, is gone on the other side of the map. I mean, he's a full 1.5K gold up on anybody else on his team. If you see him bot, I think you engage there.
Yeah, I mean, Mumu's much stronger than... Oh, there it is. That's a really good engage on Pantheon. And they've got a hold of Samira, and she's dead.
That's the ticket. I don't know if
Yeah.
you wanted to use
Expend
the
too
Amumu
much.
ult.
But
It's just
yeah.
the Amumu ult. I think every other ultimate there was, if not necessary, was at least you could make the argument for using it. I don't think they needed the Amumu ult. I don't think they needed more crowd control. And they had the Cho'Gath
starting
right
up
there
Baron.
to finish him off. Cho'Gath
I guess
has no
they do-
ult, no ult. And neither does Amumu. They could easily lose this fight. And Cho'Gath can't double smite the Baron.
Yeah.
But Amumu burns this down. They burn it down so fast. I mean, I think it's the Amumu actually doing the most damage. Here comes
So they're
Lokesh.
gonna...
He's in the
Oh,
fight.
but the blue team
Blue team
gets the
gets it.
smite. Oh. And now Lokesh... Oh, he's dead. That's
And they-
not a
with
good
that,
fight.
Forehead takes the gold lead. They're looking for
Yeah,
more,
I
actually.
don't know
I think
what's
they're-
happening.
Maybe
what?
biting off a little bit more than they could chew. But
It
they live,
works
they
out.
live.
It works out. I don't know. I think I would just back or like go take top, but
Intimidation play.
I guess, yeah, I guess so. For
They've got
fun.
the gold lead now.
That's-
Great
that's
shot calling from blue side. I mean, as
Yeah.
soon as they get a pick, they go straight for that Baron, and even without a Mumu ult, they managed to pick it up.
Yeah, they've really out-macroed him. Like, to be honest, when they somehow managed to take mid and bot turret, like really in succession.
I
It
think
really
they
kind of changed the game.
I think they out macroed them last game as well. The problem was their comp sucks so bad.
Yeah.
And
So this time they not as bad.
Yeah,
Cho'Gath's much better than Renekton.
I think their fighting is. I think they are worse at fighting, and I think they're worse at laning, for sure. But with a comp that actually can team fight, with a comp that actually has decent scaling options, they're making better macro moves and ending up making picks and finding fights to get an objective here in this game. And like I said, we've seen they were down almost 4,000 gold at one point, and they've now managed at just 22 minutes. We're not even late game, and they've already managed to take that gold lead back for themselves and put
Yeah, I
themselves in
mean
a good
this.
position to expand it.
How many bars of health does this Cho'Gath have? Like what? What's
He's already
happening?
over 4K health at 22 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
And
the
Ezreal's
champion
scaling.
is nuts. Yeah.
I mean, he was useless. Now he's on an item and a half, so
yes.
slightly less than useless.
Slightly. Uh-oh, the big flank.
They
Wait,
spot it out there.
yeah, they see
Yeah,
him.
they know.
Yeah, but they managed to get this. I'm not sure what. Maybe. I guess blue is after the dragon, but I would
Yeah.
imagine they would have gone top and just got that. Like, it's just a gust of wind takes that tower down.
True.
I'm just like getting annoyed by this tower sitting there.
I like the
honestly.
idea. Go to dragon. I mean, you could send one of your teleport champs up there, I guess. But I like the idea better. Go to dragon. Look for a pick here. If they walk into you, take the kill.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like free gold sitting there, man. I don't know.
But keep them. If you mess it up though, if you go top and they get the dragon, they're suddenly on soul point, like we mentioned earlier, and then again, and then it slows down your. I mean, they're only on 2 dragons now, so there's still be
Yeah.
another 10 minutes where they can get it. But like, it slows down your soul stacking as well.
Yeah, no, it's probably in the long run. It's probably not a bad decision, but I just don't think they'll ever take the tower top.
Hopefully, they've got 2 teleport champs, so anybody could walk up there and knock it down. I do think Cho'Gath actually probably wins this 1v1 with Yone right now.
At
He
this
does
point,
have,
yeah, with Thornmail for sure.
and he's 1100 gold up at this point. So he actually has a gold advantage despite being down CS just from all these shutdowns and kills he's been funneled. I don't think Lake Watch have been playing badly really. He played
Yeah.
super good early game, but it's hard. He hasn't been able to find any team fights.
Yeah.
He's only been in the side lane, and it's hard for him to make an impact. It's really hard to get through this Amumu. Like, you have to walk into the. Once
Yeah.
you can find a flank, you have to come into their fight past Amumu, and he can ult you and shut you down right there.
Yeah, I mean the Mumu really is the sole reason they got back in the game, and now it's just kind of too big.
Yeah, they'll have to. They're the ones that have to look for picks now. I
Oh.
think their side lane can still be good. They have found a pick onto 4G actually. Cho'Gath is here, but
Yeah,
it's a
their whole
4v2 even
team's
when he
here
gets
now. It's looking a little rough. Oh, that's not a bad escape, maybe, but
Here. I don't think he can get out. Actually, I
Yeah.
think Blue Side's kind of trolling by taking this fight.
yeah.
Locash flashes
Dane
away.
is not in a good position, but
Allison's
they
here
do
as
have
well?
Rise. Yeah, I mean they could if they can force him out. All right, got some flashes.
You see how strong they are. They're actually able to win these fights. Amumu goes
Yeah.
down without getting much damage off. He uses his ult to try to buy a little bit of time, which was good, but
All
almost
these
better probably just to
shenanigans
save
in
it.
the river when they could have just took the top tower, man. I don't know.
I think it would have been better. Like, you give a Amumu still died. You got nothing in return for it, and like you could have still just given up Amumu. He could have saved his ult for when he spawned, and you could have knocked down top turret.
Dude,
So-
they'll never kill it. It's not
Not-
happening.
Not the best macro decision.
Dude,
this
he's gonna-
time,
This Rise is gonna walk up, clear this wave, and
and
back.
walk away.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
do it
back.
again. Eventually, the minions will get it. He is doing that. He's doing
No!
exactly that.
God damn.
Eventually, well, he's not backing, he's waiting. But eventually, the minions will get it. Like, you have to.
I
you
guess
have to
they
think-
were actually after him, but
You have to think the minions will take it sooner or
there's
later.
no way. This tower's not going down.
Red side is. They're walking away. They don't want to defend it.
Oh gosh.
They. I don't know if it's bait or like they're just literally saying they're gonna take it any
Oh, he's
second. They just
backing.
have it.
No, he's back.
Nunu's here to defend the turret.
Bro. Whatever.
Yeah, we're on turret watching. They got it.
Oh wait, they got it. What the fuck?
The minions got him.
Wow, that's free 50 gold for everybody.
Heck yeah, they're still maintaining that tiny 400 gold lead. Along with
It's
2
all from
towers.
that tower, honestly.
Yeah, straight up. Rise has finally finished an item. He does have
Oh.
his Ludens. He also has is it a Seekers? And
I'm
the
not
Seekers
sh-
is just for Yone. And then he has a Tear and another Sapphire Crystal. So he has a lot of mana. We'll see if he actually finishes his Tear item this game. Hopefully he does. Hopefully. We'll have to see.
Ooh. So Dane's coming up on 5,000 health.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
tanky boy. You don't really have to worry. One thing we didn't really mention it very much, but there's no real source of AP damage on red side to
Actually-
stop this Cho'Gath from just armor stacking. Like, you're not scared of Nunu or tank Karma top lane if you're a Cho'Gath. You just build straight armor, and now Samira and Yone are gonna have a hard time cutting through you. And they built shield bow, so they felt like they needed shield bow, and I think it's the stronger item. But like
Yeah.
Kraken Slayer, I think here is helpful.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shield Bow on Yone is for sure alright,
Yeah.
but Shield Bow
Samira,
on
though.
Samira, I mean, it's probably pretty good because
Sure, it's good, but I mean, this Cho'Gath is like. Let me
yeah,
find him here. I don't know how much armor he actually has, but
it's a
so
lot.
he is at 267 armor, has 106 magic resist just because Sunfire gives you a little bit as well, I guess. But he's building just straight armor. Like I said, 267 armor, and almost 5,000 health. So they don't.
Look at him
do
just
anything
running
to him.
them down, dude.
Yeah, they do nothing. And look, they have enough damage now between Ezreal and Allison and Rise. They do a little bit of
Yeah.
damage, and then I think Amumu still does more damage to the Baron than anybody else.
Probably.
But with this Amumu, they burn it down quick, and they can't get
Oh,
into the pit.
So
They could
Amumu's
go for
about
Dragon, though.
yeah.
Looks like Rise actually trying to ult him
Oh
down
wow,
closer.
no, that's a really good rise ult, to be honest. That was much better than the last one.
Yeah,
I'll
just
say
get them
that
in a
much.
position. Looks like they aren't quite.
I mean,
here
if Mumu
first.
just walks up and hits someone, dude, like
Good ult from Nunu is gonna charge the whole thing up on the Fat Cow, but it does no damage. He's
Yeah,
just so tanky.
like I don't
Bring a
know.
Mumu
That
ult.
yeah, there it is.
They
Oh, the
already picked up
Yone.
Karuz and Yuko Simp. Yone's in the
Oh,
back line,
but
but
he's
just
dead. Oh, he
dies
gets ult.
instantly.
Yeah, just gets ulted by this.
Really good job. From
Oh, he
Forehead.
lives.
Yeah,
That was
he
a pretty
lives,
good
but
flash,
it means
yeah.
nothing.
I
They
mean,
get
yeah, it
Baron,
was
they get Dragon.
exciting, but yeah.
They get Baron, they get Dragon, and like that's all you need. You can expand your gold lead. It's up to 4K now. You're one Dragon away from Soul if they even make it that long, and you don't end with Baron. And
Yeah, I
you're just
remember
so
when Tristan
tanky.
said this game was over. I remember it.
We don't talk about that. Look, he doesn't even take turret damage.
Yeah, what
I mean,
the
come
fuck?
on.
Dude, I told you Cho'Gath was just gonna outscale.
It looked pretty over early game, but they're just
Yeah.
the Cho'Gath really did just outscale. I mean, Cho'Gath and Amumu's damage is
Mumu.
just nutty.
Mumu kept him in the game, and then Cho'Gath outscaled.
That
And
was
now-
a really good flash ult from 14 that fight.
Yeah, that was.
He managed to flash and get Karuz and Yukino Simp. Yukino Simp was almost dead already. He does kill Karuz basically by himself, and then when Lokach goes in, he's just already so low, and he takes so much crowd control between Cho'Gath and 4G that he instantly is in ult range, and boom, back out just ults him. He's dead, and they win the fight.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Lake Wash get a really good ult, but not much to it. Like he just gets chomped on by Cho'Gath. Like he got I think it was like 4 or 5, 3 or 4 members of the team were knocked up by his ult, and he was like in position, but his whole team was already dead.
Yeah, it feels pretty bad. This Karma pick feels super useless. It looked good in lane. It did manage to find a solo kill on the Shogath, so it was good for what they picked it for, which was a lane counter. But they couldn't keep the gold lead they built up, and now it does nothing. And Fat Cow wins this one for sure. Took about 1,000 damage, but out of the 5,000 health he has.
Yeah.
And Allison comes in to chaos him.
Oh my
But
gosh!
Yone does nothing to him at this point.
Just watching this dude walk is hilarious.
So Lake Wash does not win in the side lane this game.
He's just dude backing under tower.
He doesn't care. Fat Cow just tanks it. I mean, like the tower probably does less damage than the champs, and the champs do less damage than the minions. So
yeah,
it
the La Cucaracha right now, dude.
He can just walk it in. I mean, his ult up. I think Amumu just looks for an ultimate here. Just gets whoever he can. Yeah, instantly goes in right now. Just burst him out. 4G's already killed Karuz. Down goes Pooh as well. Lake Wash is still dead for 5 more seconds. They should be able to end the game on this push.
Yeah. Looks like Dane found another champ that people have to ban. Feels bad.
Lake Wash does get a good ult in the back line.
Oh, it's a lot of big
instantly
ults.
burst
Wait,
out.
what's happening? Oh my gosh. Oh, never mind.
What's happening is that Cho'Gath is still full health.
Yeah, actually. Like
While
I'm
taking the
pretty sure he
turret the
ate
whole time.
everything. This dude literally ate everything.
10-3
La
and 10.
Cucaracha.
Fat Cow says, I can carry on tanks. Trying to prove me wrong. He says, solo kill me twice in 2 games. Well, I'll still win.
6,100 health.
Yeah.
Nutty.
I do hope that Fat Cow does figure out how to not get solo killed by Pooh in the game 3.
Maybe.
But because he's 1 for 1 in winning against it, so we'll have to see. But definitely a good performance out of that Cho'Gath. I mean, it fell behind a little bit early, but managed to come back and really hard carry. But I think 4G has to get the biggest shout out. I mean, we expect
I'd say he was definitely the MVP of this game because really it came down to that when they dove. So they dove bot lane and got that free double kill, and then they just took Krugs. They took Krugs and gave 3 shutdowns.
Yeah, if they don't take Krugs there, if they don't take Krugs there, they don't all die.
Yeah, they don't give over 1,200 gold to the Nunu. I mean, a Mumu.
The game lobby is full. Somebody needs to move down.
There.
Oh, I'm in.
It was me.
Oh, R.I.P.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm forehead. I'm picking blue side again, says Wisher. Maybe.
Yeah.
Looks like
it's whoever. It seems like whoever gets Nunu. I mean, Amumu. Even if they crush the beginning of the game, or even if they crush everyone that's not around Amumu still wins the game.
Looks like they're gonna choose red side this game. Actually, I don't know if they choose it. I actually don't
I hope Amumu's not in this game.
Yeah, I don't remember the rules here. I don't know if they're picking it. I don't know if it's every other game they alternate side selection or if it's whoever loses gets side selection. Because I'm not 100% sure. So we'll I don't really know. So they might not have gotten side selection. Oh, Forehead does have side select. Losing
Uh-oh.
team pick sides. Yeah, that's what
Oh.
that's what the support from Forehead is saying, is that the losing team picks the side.
Oh yeah, shout out.
But Brandon says that's incorrect. But she is
That's
in the game.
incorrect. Higher seed gets seeds. Oh wow.
I think higher seed. Like I said, I don't know.
I don't know either.
You might be right, but it could also be higher seed gets side selection first, and then it's just loser's pick. But
Dude,
they got
This-
side selection first and second round.
this like game is going so late.
I mean, it's a best of 3. They started at 10. They're
Yeah.
right on. They're actually right on schedule, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm
VCU LCS ran by noobs. Ban this man. Get him out of here.
Where is
Send him to the Shadow Realm. Limit cross slash.
19
Oh wait,
hours.
he's the streamer. Raheem, Raheem, what are you doing? Raheem, my man.
Not like this. Dude,
You're helping VCU LCS right now, my man. You are the noob.
please someone ban Nunu.
Hopefully.
Give someone $5.
That is not spec. Okay, this one must be spec.
I got juked.
This one is spec. VCU head coach is a turbo noob. I don't know who the head coach is right now at VCU.
I don't know either. I mean,
Imagine
you're asking the wrong person.
imagine having $30 to spend on League of Legends though. Cough
What do you
cough.
mean? $30. What am I buying with
Yeah,
$30?
a diamond account for $30.
Oh,
Imagine spending the $30 on a diamond account instead of buying the next ultimate skin.
the next ultimate. You got to get the new Skarner skin, bro.
Exactly.
My favorite champion.
Garner's a good champ.
I once lost a Skarner top. It was
Garner
rough.
top is good, dude. You just sit there and you just wait till they walk anywhere close to your turret. You pull them in.
Yeah, that didn't. He pushed me under tower. I just did really
No,
bad.
I don't know about that. Yeah, that's the opposite way you want to play on Skarner. You want to get pushed in and then you just grab. As soon as the wave dies, you just flash grab them, pull them under turret.
No, he was just too strong. I don't
Oh,
know.
that could work. Looks like they're already back into the game. This
Oh,
champ select will be switched up because they're actually switching sides this time.
okay. The
It looks like losers
Ooh,
actually
there it
get
is.
side selection apparently.
They've come to our savior. They're gonna ban. Don't ban the Yone. Oh, they banned the Zed.
They banned the
They
Zed
banned the
still.
Cho'Gath. He's pulling out the Kale. How much you want to bet?
Ooh, I think he should first pick. They might first pick it on 2D Sim Squad actually. I don't know if Pooh
Ah,
can play it. I don't think Locash plays it, so I don't know if Pooh can.
they've
The
got
Kale's
to
pretty
pick
busted,
Kale.
both in
They
mid and
have
top
to.
lane.
They have to pick Kale.
Yeah, I don't think you want to give it up to Forehead here. But they
Oh.
want the Jin instead. That's a good trade.
Yeah, not a
I
bad
think
trade.
You force them to switch the Jin ban to the Amumu by making him go red side. Now
So
you get the
Dane's
OP
being
Jin.
hesitant, but he needs to pick Kale.
He should pick Kale. He can either pick it here or in their next round, but he has to pick it before they get to the ban phase or he won't get it. I think it's
Yeah.
broken enough right now. Even with, I think it got a slight like nerf, but even with a nerf, might not even
Oh,
come in yet. Please don't pick
interesting.
Rise here. Oh
It worked last game, man. What are you
no, it
talking about?
didn't.
It
What?
did. It was
He
free.
got solo killed like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
It-
No, this is bad. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, see, this is why nobody bans Allison's champions except for in the first game where they banned it and it was super troll. Because if you leave it up,
Yeah.
if you leave it up, you're just letting him lock a 46% win rate, probably the worst mid laner in the game right now, except for maybe Kassadin. You let they go back to the misfortune.
Yeah.
But you're letting him. He's just first picking. He's blind picking, like one of the worst mid lane champs in the game, and so why ban his champs? Just let him have it. Like nobody's scared of playing against the
Yeah.
Rise. Either he'll blind pick it and you get to counter pick it. Not that you need to, because even if you blind pick, he's still gonna pick it. So
Yeah.
his performances haven't. I don't think he's been bad. Even last game, I think he was getting solo killed a lot. I think Yone 1 is
It
busted.
was rough for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Yone's busted, and I think Rise is bad. I'm not saying he's playing bad as a player. I think his champ pool is just really bad though, and
Oh, the
I don't
new.
like the way he goes through champ select. I would hate having to draft around that. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. So we got to see the Kale here, right? There's like, are he's just gonna let it get banned? I don't know.
I
This would
hope
be an.
not.
He doesn't have much tanks, right? If they go Kale, then they have to go tank, jungle,
You
tank.
go tank, jungle, tank support
Yeah.
here. Okay, he does go the Kale. Good, very good for him.
All
The
right.
Jin is
So
still
what do you
scary.
think? So
Still
now
good
they can
comp.
ban out low cash some more.
You
Might
should.
as well. Might as well ban out anything that will counter Rise really hard.
I think you drop either Yone and Yasuo, or you drop Yone and Echo. You pick one of the two.
Are
There
you
are some
paying?
other.
Is there anything that counters Kale really hard top lane you could ban as well?
Uh,
Definitely ban the Yone.
Nasus? I don't know.
Nasty.
I don't know what beats Kale.
I don't think much does actually right now.
I mean, I think there are some tanks that could be decent. I think Dr. Mundo could have been a decent answer into Kale actually. Like, or before Kale's ranged, I think Dr. Mundo could beat up on her. And even if Kale has tons and tons of damage, I think Mundo's an OP enough tank where you like just kind of shrug it off and walk away. Yeah, you don't have lane pressure, but like you just leave. I don't think Kale's gonna run you down and kill you. You just walk away. Mundo
Yeah,
just
that's
goes
a
where he
good.
pleases.
I think Poppy's a good ban. The Lulu
Ah,
ban. They're scared of
no.
Lulu. I guess it's good with Kale. I guess it synergizes good with Kale. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you needed the Poppy ban. I don't think Poppy's scary to kill. You don't have a dash. She's not gonna block you with anything.
Ooh,
Oh, they go
the
Morgana.
sisters. Wow, the sisters. Wow.
Good. Yeah, good against Leona.
Yeah. No.
I
Yeah.
think so. That's decent, but and it's probably good into Nunu as well. Really easy to hit him with that binding when he's walking in with the snowball, and you can shield one of your teammates so they don't get knocked
No.
out.
Yeah. I think Morgana's a really good pick because, I mean, hard CC is just so nice.
You got to
And
get a 10.
with-
Oh, the Fizz is going to come out. Yeah, I think that's the best mid laner in the game right now is actually Fizz. And
Really?
I don't think Lokesh is as good at Fizz as he is the champs that are banned. So Zed, Akali, and Yone. I keep saying it wrong. But I do think that Fizz is better than any of those champions, and he's good enough at it to make it good. And the Darius comes out against Kale. That is
Ah.
interesting. I think Kale wins that, but pre-6, it's so rough.
Yeah. She can't really walk up at all. I mean, he's just gonna have to farm with his abilities and take corrupting pot. And
All right. What are the odds? 3 for 3. Does
oh
Kale
yeah,
get solo killed again? What are the odds? What do
dude,
you got here?
it's
Yes or
definitely
no?
like a solid like yes.
You think he's
Oh, the
going down again?
Udyr.
No, the
Udyr's
I
the
hate
deer.
it. I
The
hate
deer.
it. I love you, 4G, and I think your Udyr is good. I hate it. I think that Forehead. The only thing they did good, I think Misfortune Morgana is fine. Not what I would have gone for, but it's fine. I think it gets crapped on by Jin Leona probably.
Yeah, it doesn't scale. It does not scale.
Yeah, and I guess Rise does, but they don't.
Maybe with Lulu, but they banned Lulu, so I don't know why he picks Udyr. I
Yeah,
mean, maybe he's been practicing and playing it, but
they have Nunu, so they have one busted tank in the jungle. They have Leona, which is a busted tank as support, and you got Udyr.
I guess you go. I guess you just run top over and over again.
Yeah, I don't think Udyr's bad now. I think he got I think his changes, he got buffed or something with AP changes or something in the jungle, so he's not the worst jungler in the world. But yeah, he's got a good win rate. But I'd rather have Nunu. Or Mumu's banned, but I'd rather have Nunu than Udyr. I'd rather have a lot of things than Udyr.
A lot of things. Yeah,
So
I mean,
your team fighting's tough for Forehead in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Udyr's just someone who wants to take advantage of 1v1s.
It's another pick comp. I mean, you've got
1v2s.
Udyr can find picks with his speed. Morgana finds picks with her bindings. I mean, Kale can split push. Both
but
Kale and
scale.
Rise actually can split push.
It's a lot like their first, but they scale much harder on
They do
this
scale
comp.
better, but I think that it's so hard to play out a 5v5 here. Like, if Kale can go untouched, along with Rise as well, in like late game. So I think Kale's just way better than Rise. I think late game Kale's better honestly early and late game than Rise. But
Yeah.
they do have threats late game, and if they can go unpunished, that then they can really mess some stuff up. But Fizz can get onto them pretty easy. There's not super good peel against this Fizz.
Yeah.
Can't fucking talk.
Fizz.
And like what's Udyr offer you in a team fight? Nothing. And then you've got 4 squishy characters that don't have a ton of self peel. They got some, but not a ton. Meanwhile, you've got champs like Fizz and Darius running around in your backline trying to one-shot you, and a really, really OP Jhin just picking off whoever he can reach is gonna die.
Yeah. I mean, the Jin's going to be a big game changer. If Darius doesn't get ahead, though, he's going to be kind of useless.
I mean, true. I mean, he'll get if Kale survives to level 6 without dying, she starts winning that matchup. It's not like she suddenly becomes like just suddenly
Yeah.
dunks on him, but like at level 6 she can take control of the matchup.
Yeah,
And at
but
level 11, I think she should start winning if everything's even.
yeah, in a team fight, it's gonna be rough for Darius, but for Jhin,
Ye-
it'll be really nice. Like Jhin
Yeah,
can just like damage from so far away, and there's no one that can really run him down.
this is the front line. Like that's the thing. Like I don't even think your Darius is fine. I mean, it's not the best champ for front lining. A real tank would have been better, but like this gives you kill threat in lane against Kale, so that she can't just sit there and free farm and scale up. And then in the team fights, you've got a Nunu, Leona, Darius front line to just that they can't even focus on their damage because they have to peel back from these guys. While
Yeah.
Fizz is looking to pick off any kind of member he can with a flank. And then Jhin, I mean, if he gets any kind of kills in lane, he can just walk up and whoever he touches, like just 1 or 2 autos on these squishy characters. So whichever one he can
Yeah.
reach is gonna die. And we've seen this bot lane win from 2D Sim Squad both games.
Yeah.
So
It'll be
it's got to
interesting
be
to see if
scary.
Jhin goes lethality.
I think he should. There's no like who's gonna build armor? Udyr.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, actually. No, this is definitely a game for Jhin to go lethality, 100%.
I think he goes Eclipse here, and he goes lethality with Eclipse, and he gets the collector and just wrecks these guys.
Yep.
I think it's gonna have to be a huge Kale carry, and it's hard. I mean, Kale is a really good champion. It can really take over games, but in team fight, in a side lane, you can solo carry with Kale. In a team fight, it's harder because Kale is just an ADC in a team fight.
Yeah.
A really strong, really at this point, really busted ADC, but she's just an ADC. And if she has no peel, then a Fizz can one-shot her. And if you have to ult yourself on Kale in the back line, you're not doing any damage. And so even if the Fizz doesn't one-shot you, you're probably really low and you didn't do any damage the whole time. And then your whole
Yeah.
team's dead. And then you still have no peel.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this Udyr plays this game out. I've played a lot of games where, like, I've just watched the enemy team Udyr, like, run around and never be able to get to you. So it'll be interesting to see if he can, like, manage to make the pick work. Because he played out his Kane pretty well. His team did lose, but he was against, like, such an overpowered, like, every skirmish, he just like got overpowered by Mumu. And then the last game, he was able to like bring his team back pretty well. So it'd be interesting to see if he can make this Udyr pick work. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot up to him.
Prediction: Kale hits level 16, it still loses. I can see it. I think that Kale will do good on this Kale. I think he'll get really strong, but I think he'll just end up. He won't be able to carry his team across the finish line because their comp does not set up for team fighting. And if he goes and split pushes, his whole team's going to die. They're going to lose every objective, and they're just going to lose the game because he'll do great splitting, but he's not going to win the game like it.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much to block. The misfortune ults could be pretty impactful this game because there's no Samir to freaking.
They could be good. It's a little
Block all of
scary
it.
if Leona saves her ult.
Yeah.
It's dangerous for you to use yours because the second you start yours, Leona can ult you back to stun you. Now, I guess theory crafting Morgana could black shield you, so you can't get stunned. But if more, it depends. There's a lot of factors here, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be easy to sit there and channel your ult on Misfortune with a Darius and a Fizz and a Leona running around, and a Nunu, honestly, running around with crowd control and damage to mess you up.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, would you go Kraken Slayer or would you go Shield Bow on Misfortune? I still think Kraken Slayer is better because it gives more damage.
In this comp, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah,
So
I
like
just
you
think
really want the Shield Bow for the Fizz
Yeah, but
and the Darius, honestly, but you really want the Kraken Slayer for the Nunu
yeah,
and the
I mean,
Darius and
I guess
Leona.
my thought is like if the Fizz is like killing you, then he's not killing Kale. So it's kind of like
I think Shield Bow is better this game, actually. I think surviving, like, you don't need to be the primary threat. In a team fight, you don't need to be the primary threat as Misfortune, and they're not as tanky as they were in game 1. So if you can do enough damage to Fizz or Jin or just anybody with Shield Bow and just stay alive so that they have to focus on, like you kind of said, honestly, like, you're almost playing a tank by baiting them. You just sit there and bait them away from your Kale by being a squishy Misfortune, and if you live long enough, then Kale doesn't need to choose between those items to destroy those tanks and destroy the backline. So if you can bait them away from her, then she can clean them up if it's in a late game team fight.
Yeah, I guess if the longer you live, the more bait you are.
Yeah,
that is true.
Like I said, I think using an ADC as bait is actually a legit strategy. It's not as good as just having a frontline tank, but like, if your ADC has a way to keep himself alive, even if he doesn't do anything in the fight, and even if he eventually dies, if he can just stay away long enough to bait
What's
him
happening?
A little skirmish.
They both have phase.
just hit each other hit each other 3 times and run away at max speed. Hey, Ryze does have 6 stacks on his tier already, so that's
nice.
Something right there.
They're coming in hot. Ooh, then the Q goes wide. Dude, this dude really has so many master points, I guess. Oh, I can control where I am.
Yeah.
I've just been letting it do it.
That's usually how I it's usually easier with directed cam.
Yeah.
It should take us to the same places. Hopefully, so we're on the same page.
Yeah.
And it generally keeps with the action decently, I guess.
Yeah.
Darius starting in the forward in the bush.
Yeah, but Kayla's Dane's
Not
a little experienced, I guess. Yeah.
He's looking for Darius is looking for a good initial trade.
The free level 1 kill.
Yeah, Kale wants to pretend that she's actually helping Leash, even though they have wards on the they have ward on Raptors. They don't know for sure that they didn't go top, but they can probably suss it out because if he doesn't take Raptors, he's probably not top side, and they'll see him probably eventually when he walks up there.
I think bot lane will have a bigger difference in this game. Last game, it didn't really have much of a difference, right? Like, that Samira just kept popping.
I mean,
but I think this game...
I would say the difference is that they got clapped, like the Samira and Pantheon clapped them.
Yeah, but then they didn't make a difference in the game.
True. I think with the Jhin, yeah, it should be easier to make a difference on Jhin than it would be Samira. And like I said, I think the Nunu was like the Amumu was the perfect pick. Like against that comp. 1, it's the perfect pick against every comp because it's busted. But 2, it's really hard to play Samira in short range against the Amumu. Who
against tanks. I think Samira's bad against tanks, I think.
Yeah, and as soon as you jump into Samira there, like if you jump in, if you get you stacked up and you run in for the ultimate, if Amumu hasn't used his, you're just dead. You'll get interrupted the second it starts and die. So
yeah, that's true.
Hard to play out a team fight there.
Oh, so we see the early gank. It's a little Now, I'm not sure if Udyr really wants to take this, but I guess that's the way Udyr plays. Like a psychopath.
I don't think they win this at all. It's a 2v2 and one of your 2 is level 3 KO. So
yeah.
Not
but he's going after him. Let's see what he took over the scuttle.
I don't think you want the 2v2 mid either, to be honest.
Yeah, probably not.
For the same reason, it's a 2v2 and one of your 2 is Ryze.
Oh, here comes the ball. What the?
I think this is actually kind of a hard game for you, dear, to be honest. Because like,
Yeah, no, it is.
where do you go, man? Your bot lane might have prio. You know, Misfortune Morgana, you do have double range versus range melee, so you should be able to get some prio bot. But you're gonna be down mid and top in prio the whole
Ooh,
game.
the mechanics.
Whole
That was
early
pretty
game.
clean. Stunned him right before the stun came on.
He's gonna get double scuttled here, I think.
Yeah, I mean, red side's bot
Red
lane's
side's bot
walking
lane's
up.
here, but but blue side's bot lane's coming too, and this Rise doesn't
Oh,
offer a whole lot.
uh-oh.
You hit Fizz though.
That's a really good hit.
It's done.
Oh, that's a free kill. Oh, it's another. I don't know if Leona should really
Ego
walk
has
in on
phase
that.
Rush, though. Yeah, phase rush
Yeah.
and Nimbus Cloak gets him out.
That's really what the Udyr wants, though, right? He wants to fight early, and he wants his team to come help him. Wow.
Yeah, it was just I think blue side did get their team there, and
Yeah, but
so
I mean,
and
red
they're
side just
stronger,
yeah,
but they got caught out.
yeah. I mean, red side's bot rotated earlier. Whether they had prior or not, they just were smart enough to rotate
To get
early,
up
and
there.
then they hit the really nice Q.
Yeah, if the bind misses, I think they actually lose that fight because then Fizz and Nunu walk out a little bit farther, and then they get run down by. They get collapsed on.
Is
by
this
blue
where
side
it
bot lane.
happened? Oh, no.
No, he doesn't have ult yet, but he does take a lot of damage off to Fatcal. Still both teleport.
Uh-oh,
Nunu's
here
right
it
behind him,
is.
though. He needs to use his flash.
Oh,
but-
the flash! What happened?
Oh, he's still gonna die though.
Yeah.
So not a solo kill, so doesn't count.
Yeah.
Doesn't count. So some good play and bad play there. He flashed into the
Yeah.
minions, which
But then he
stopped
came
the mini
back.
ball. But yeah, he walked back in and took a Darius flash Q and died. So
Yeah, I think he could have just walked away, but
yeah, a little greedy there. He had TP. He literally could have walked like one step farther away under his turret, recalled, TP'd, and not died to the Darius.
Yeah.
And now the Darius is, you know, this is the point where Kale's level 5 already, so is Darius. So they're about to be level 6s, but now he's
Yeah,
got an
Darius
item
is
advantage.
he's gonna be he's gonna still be stronger for a while.
Yeah, no, I definitely, even at level 6, he'll be stronger.
Yeah.
It gets harder and harder now that Kale's ranged. He can actually like play the game basically.
Yeah.
So not easy for Darius anymore. I think he's still the stronger champ, and if Kale ever messes up, Darius can mess her up. But
Yeah.
it's only gonna get worse and worse. For the
This has
Darius.
gone much better for Allison though this game.
Oh, way better. Getting that skirmish there, having his team actually like play around him a lot and keeping him from dying basically. And he didn't find the kill, but like he got some pressure back mid lane because Lucas
Yeah.
is dead for a little bit. So he actually gets a. He's still gonna be down a decent bit of CS, but like you can't get spam dove and solo killed if the enemy
Yeah.
laner is killed
Dead.
by the rest of your team. So makes it a little harder.
Uh-oh.
Kale's caught out here.
But
Maybe he could have looked for the all in there, perhaps.
I mean-
Had the slow, has his ult up. You gotta watch out for Kale ult though. If she times it right, you could really get messed
yeah,
up.
if she times it before he gets that Q off, then I think that. But he got the Q off, so I feel like he should have went in.
Yeah, it just if she can time it to stop the ult damage is where it comes
Yeah.
from. I think he doesn't. I don't even think he needs his ult to win that. Actually, I
Yeah.
think with your hemorrhage stacks, you just win. But
Hmm.
if it comes down to an ult battle, then if Kale times it to stop your ult, you lose. But if you get it off before she, either after she ults or before she can, you'll win. Good black
That's a
shield.
yeah, that's a good black shield. And now they
Doesn't-
might get something off of this.
They need to back
not
up. It was both a good and a black shield. So did not black shield the initial.
Yeah,
menu
but
knockup.
really the. Oh, this could be a Kale kill.
That
Ooh.
solo kill. All right,
Yeah.
so he got tired of getting solo killed at
Yeah.
2, so he decided to pull the Uno reverse card on him.
Actually. Yeah, you see the strength of Kale there. Like that E did a lot of damage, and that Q just chunked him.
Level difference again in the jungle here. You can
Yeah.
understand it's a level up. But Allison is much healthier than Lake Wash here.
Oh, but the
Blue side
long
spot lanes are
range,
here first.
uh,
Gonna be a kill for Fizz. They could look now for Allison. He's gonna try to get away, but
I
he
don't
gets
know if
CC'd,
he
he'll
should
get
do
interrupted.
that. Ooh, well, he's got flash. Does have to give him flash, but die.
Yeah. Yeah, we see the prio from blue side spot lane coming in handy there, helping them pick up the kill onto 4G, and then
Yeah,
also forcing the flash from Allison.
those were both ADCs going lethality.
They should.
Interesting.
I mean, it's a little bit worse for Misfortune, but like
It's not bad.
you're not the
probably.
primary tank shredding member of your team here, so you can, if you can ult and kill the Jhin with your ult, then or chunk out Jhin and Fizz with your ult, that's all you need. You don't need to kill Darius and Nunu with your ult.
What is this item that Kale's building?
Should be
Leech.
Riftmaker. That's what she's building into. I don't even know what that item's called actually. What is that? Leeching Leer?
Yeah, I don't know what Rift Maker does. I don't play much mid lane.
Omnivamp. So
Yeah.
it's like the replacement for Gunblade, kind
dead?
of.
If he can
He
get
might be
back to his
okay.
Udyr,
He has his ultimate, so he can stall for some time here. Could turn it around with a lot of damage from his own ult here. Yeah, Pooh
Oh,
gets
wow.
knocked out pretty hard.
wow, and it's a double kill
Now,
here.
too.
This is really rough for them to let this Kale like build up like this. Oh, he's after him. He
Ooh,
wants
they both
it.
have flash.
Oh!
Speed racer!
Oh my god.
We see who the true fastest man in the fastest draw in the West is.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Dude,
Some speeds out of there.
That's
Tokyo
why-
drifts.
that's why we love Udyr, you know? You just
Yeah.
gotta love Udyr.
They both flash over the wall, get Nimbus Cloak, Phase Rush procs, and chase each other down. Good stuff.
Actually, but that's a real big win for Kale though. Like she just gets the free farm. Like Darius' TP is down. And he's just gonna get like all the way up to level 9. He's almost level, you know, only a couple levels away from level 11. He might just take over the game.
Ult into Allison.
That's
Takes
a good
ton
stun.
of damage from Lake Wash. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's gonna die. I
he's
think.
dead.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
if he needed to flash,
fine
but he
with
might
solo
die
kill.
here. No.
He's got Nunu. I think with Nunu he should be okay. There's a lot of damage from that Udyr. actually.
Yeah. I don't know
One
what's
kill,
going
and he
on.
looks like he's gonna go into Sunfire or Frostfire, one of the Bomby Cinder items. So
I'm not sure what's
he has no
happening.
mana. Just turn back around and kill him. Probably. You
I
should
don't
be
know
okay.
what's happening. I really don't.
Lokesh might get killed. Nope, but Yukinosem picks it up. And Pooh does solo kill Fat Kelly in the top lane.
Oh, I have no
There he
idea.
is. It's not the first solo kill, but he does get taken down.
Mm.
That's 3 for 3.
I don't know.
Pooh
what
showing
happened.
he's not been outscaled yet. I was about to say Kale having a kill makes this really dangerous, but Darius
No.
says I'm not outscaled yet.
Yeah, without his ult, it's still rough for him.
They've got a decent gold lead here. Overall, it's about 1,500. So once again, their laning is just better. They
Yeah.
even with better early game champs and with weaker ones in the game 1, they have just been able to outlane Forehead every game in literally every position except for top. But
Yeah.
even in top, Pooh's been able to find his own. Like I said, he's been able to get a solo kill all 3 games. He's holding his own in top lane while mid.
Oh, that could be a kill.
Oh yeah, a lot of damage on the Karuz. That's
Oh, but Nunu's here.
already, though.
Oh,
Allison's
but so is
though.
Udyr. Udyr's here.
So is Rise. If
Can
they
he
can
get
find
to
one of
him?
these stuns here, they might be able to get
Oh
some
yeah,
damage
he's
off.
the Morgana bind.
Comboed up. Darius does come down.
I'm
Doesn't
not
use
sure
his
if he's.
TP 'cause he
Oh, the
wasn't up
TP
yet.
from the KO. I mean,
So,
the Morgana is just hitting binds.
good job from Darius. He walks down, doesn't use his TP, and so it forces Fat Cal to TP him down himself. So TP advantage to Darius for a little bit. But they should be able. Forehead's going to be able to pick up this Cloud Drake, continue their Drake
Yeah.
stacking. They're going to get Ocean or Infernal, and I think you're happy with either of those souls at this point. Looks like it's going to be Infernal here.
Yeah, I mean, Nunu was there, but so was Udyr. And then the Nunu was forced to turn around and then just get CC chained. Dies.
Yeah, about
I
a
don't know
500
how Darius walked that far, but I guess he saw the Drake coming.
About a 500 gold swing overall, and then plus the dragon for red side, so it helps them out a little bit. I do think they, like I said, I think they outscale, but like not in team fights 100%. Like they outscale
Yeah.
in general, but there are some members of blue side that scale pretty good as well. Once again, I don't think it's clear cut.
Yeah.
And like in
Not
they
as
have
clear
to
cut
play
as
out-
first.
yeah, and they have to play out team fights really well to outscale in a team fight. Like you got to keep that Kale untouched to outscale there.
Yeah, it looks like they might be. I guess they're just going for this Rift. I think I would go for a dive top. I would just take my Fizz and go top.
A little scary since Vakel's ult is up, but
Mm,
if you
yeah.
could bait it out or burst him out before he's able to even get it off, then it could be pretty good.
Yeah, you just want to kill him now because it's just gonna get harder.
It's definitely true. It doesn't mean you're going to
But
pick up the Rift Herald.
yeah,
So they might be able
Rift's
to
not
knock
bad.
down. I'd like to see him try to use it mid here. The turret plates are already gone, so it's going to be a softer turret. And if you can send your rotate your bot lane up mid and then just try to pressure it down, you'll open up the map so much, and obviously get yourself some gold from the tower falling down.
Yeah. Bot lane's been pretty even this game. There's a little bit of CS difference, but
But a kill to Misfortune, so I think
Yeah.
they'll take that honestly.
yeah, after the last 2 games, lethality is coming out though.
Jhin scales better for sure, but like we kind of
The
mentioned
Misfortune
earlier.
ult's kind of like really good for team fights.
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, if Misfortune's ulting and it's hitting, if it's like going through the whole team and hitting Jhin, then he can't
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah. He has to
So-
back off. So
You can keep, you can kind of, even if he outscales you, you have the tools you need to like kind of
Fight
shut
him.
that down.
yeah, I mean Misfortune will never be a useless champion.
True.
I mean, not necessarily, but
unless you play your lethality support, like we did in one of our games. 4G finds a stun onto Nunu, but Nunu just walks out. Speed Racer.
I still want to watch that shit. We ran that dude down. That was funny.
Trick 2G would be proud.
Actually,
Ooh, Marcus does take a fat 4th shot, and obviously the Black Shield does nothing to stop it, but hey, no big deal.
yeah, I mean, if I'm blue side on red side's bot, I just want to like not die, right? Just don't feed the Jhin.
Yeah, for sure.
Because,
Don't let the
like-
Jhin one-shot your team.
Yeah, I mean, top side's going pretty well. And, like,
Yeah,
you
Kale's
know,
level 11 now. Like, she's in a good spot here. She doesn't have her first
Yeah.
item completed yet, but
This
she's
is a-
got enough gold to probably finish it at this point. She's got 1,400, so I think that's enough.
yeah, and mid's not
4G's a
going
little caught
great,
out now.
but
Allison's here.
he's got flash just like.
I don't think
You
you
know.
want to necessarily keep going in here if you're Udyr. It's a little scary. You're now like flanked by Darius, and if they fight it well, they could really mess you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kale's no longer like a troll. Like, yeah, I don't know, not a troll champ, but like a
not.
weakness. You're willing to take a 2v2 now with that Kale. I think
Yeah.
you win it. I think you win it pretty hard. Udyr stays in front and CCs and tanks, and you let Kale hit from the back, and you ult
Yeah.
you ult Udyr right before he dies,
Mm,
and you'll win that 2v2 pretty easy.
yeah. I mean, in mid lane's like eventually Rise is gonna scale. I mean,
It-
yeah, Fizz can one shot someone, but if they get Kale ulted, I mean, then Fizz is stuck in the middle of the other team.
True. Kale has finished her Riftmaker now, so she is going to be really strong. I don't know. Probably going to go for Nashor's Tooth next. I don't know whether Nashor's first is better or worse than Riftmaker. I think Nemesis was doing Nashor's first and then Riftmaker, but I've heard that maybe Riftmaker's better first. I don't know. But either way, it's a really big 2-item spike, but even just having that first mythic is going to help you a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, you see the.
Allison's still working on that tier. Did he ever complete it? in
No, he
anything
did.
last
I
game?
saw it. Yeah, no, he did. He got the Archangel.
Okay. Hopefully he does it again this game. Rise is definitely going better. Like, it's still been solo killed, still down CS, but
Not nearly as bad as when the Young.
no, not nearly
Young
as bad.
made it rough for him. I mean, there's definitely a way the blue side can win this. It's gonna be rough though.
Oh, I think they could definitely win. I think you team fight well around the Jhin, and you should be able to win pretty easy. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
So
it's,
this fight,
the game
so we
won't
got
be
Kales
easy.
coming in. This is gonna be rough for blue side. Maybe that's a good.
Fizzled
Misfortune
onto
ult.
Allison. He's going to take a huge chunk. Mark's the Wation gets ulted up by Kale, so she's going to stay alive just a little bit longer. Alpatalia is up in the front line, but is taken down. Who flashes in, but he doesn't find much damage before he's forced to run away.
Oh.
He ends up living. Lakewash is looking for any kind of kill here he can find in the background, but can't quite
it's a
take
lot
anyone
of-
down. Ends up being a 3-for-1.
Here comes the Rise ult. It's worked out for him though. Oh, but
Here, Jin's getting kills.
yeah.
Misfortune has to stay away.
Yeah, but I think Dane got a triple there.
He got
Or he got
two.
2. Yeah, he got 2, but one was a shutdown on Fizz.
Yeah, no, definitely a good fight
But
for
blue
Forehead.
side did stop the soul point, so
They did. They
yeah, he
actually
didn't lose everything.
they got the Drake. It wasn't the end of the world. It ended up being a 4 for 2, or a 5 for 2. So you know you traded kills. Yes, you came out of the raw end. You know you're down what 2.5K now, but it's not the end of the world. You saw how it could work. Darius flashed in. He wasn't able to find anything, but had he actually been able to kill 4G with his ultimate, then he would have been stacked up and he would have been able to actually transfer that damage onto other members. And you know, the Kale ult did come in to save Marcus from being killed by Lake Wash's Fizz.
Yeah.
But it was dangerous there for sure. He did not get much damage off. He was interrupted constantly. The fight was really messy. It was almost like devolved into 2 or 3 separate fights. So no clear-cut, easy front-to-back team fights to make Red Side have an easy time.
This is an interesting Sunfire cape on, right? That's Sunfire cape on Udyr, right?
Yes.
Interesting.
I think it's good. I mean, I think Sunfire is just so busted. You just want it on any champ that can build it.
Yeah.
You do that, and you go Phoenix form, and you just let the fire take them down.
Yeah, there is. I mean, you have to worry about Fizz the AP, but like, Fizz is not gonna target Udyr, so it's smart.
Yeah, and he got Merc Red, so he's got a little bit of a magic resist. Not that much, but just a little bit. Looks like they're gonna go in onto Marcus here. Nunu actually hits a snowball into the wall, so that's not ideal. But Yukino Simp still does manage to pick up a kill here. Nice little influx of gold. Fat Cow is level 13 though, getting dangerously close to his fully ascended build.
Yeah, he's getting close to that Nash's too.
Been fighting a little bit with Albatalia. He does have a kill from that last fight,
and
so he's a little bit more dangerous.
This is looking rough for her. Yeah.
Ooh, unfortunately, Karuz gets that kill. They don't hold him down
they
for
get the kill
Jhin.
down here? Oh, that's a good kill ult. That's a nice kill ult.
Yeah, a little
well
early there
die.
for Pooh. I see what he wanted there. I think he wanted to get his ult off early. Because if Udyr got 5 stacks and got low enough to die from his ult, Kale was just going to ult him right away. He was going to die before he got a chance. So he wanted to ult early and hopefully surprise them, I assume, but just didn't have the damage.
Yeah. I think this trade's worth for blue side though. Because like you're just like giving the goal to the side you want to win, right? Like sacrifice bot and Misfortune becomes an ult bot, but Kale is just gets experience in gold. Yeah.
I mean, and Darius is outscaled at this point. He's not going to win the 1v1 anymore.
Yeah.
He's 2 levels down, and you know, Kale is level 14 now, but she's already hit her level 11 power spike. Yeah. Not too much you can do in this situation if you're Darius in the 1v1.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I don't know if Jhin got the kill or not. He did have a kill though.
He did not get the kill. He got a kill in that team fight around Dragon, but when they dove tower, Karuz accidentally got the kill. I mean, you don't hate it too much because you can't guarantee that Jin's gonna hit his 4th shot from his ult. Yeah. So just get the kill if you can, but feels a little bit bad. You said that dive just for your Leona to get a kill. Meanwhile, Kale's collecting kills up on the top side.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this Udyr looks like it's working pretty well.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. 4G's playing really good. He's working well with this team. He's being wherever he needs to be.
This isn't looking good.
He's getting caught out right here while we talk a bit about him. That's the caster curse. And right before a dragon comes up, he will not be alive when this dragon spawns.
That's a very interesting flash.
And Pooh thinks he's in the bush, but was actually standing outside of the bush.
Oh.
And the ward there stops him anyway. Takes a big chunk. I don't know if they still are going to be able to fight for this dragon. This Kale is mighty strong. There is no front line though from red side, so.
Yeah, but that DPS is lethal.
Lokesh if he can find a good ult from Fizz here, you can get the drag. But if you stall until Udyr comes back up and you don't find a good engage, you're done. I want to see Leona ult or Fizz ult engage this fight. If you can get onto Kale or if you can get onto Misfortune. Looks like Nunu's actually in the backline already. He decides to start the fight off himself. Leona is looking on at Kale. Does have Kale caught out. She's gonna get burst out. Can't get her ult off. Misfortune ult gets absolutely nothing. Huge shutdown Allison won't be able to take his
Yeah.
ultimate out. Karuz does stun him up. Udyr is here now, but he's
Udyr
kind of
just
by
running
himself.
in. Yeah.
Gotta be a little careful. You're gonna simp. You're damaged a little bit. Now Darius is TPing back in after healing back to full, and they are going to get the dragon and a kill with
Yeah.
the big shutdown.
That's a great play by Leona. Just 100-0. Kale doesn't
Ooh,
do anything.
Karuz caught out is going to end up dying.
Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of
4v4.
It's not necessarily worth it, but
Yeah, no, for sure. So
to save the
4v4.
break is not
Kale's
bad.
still 10 seconds.
I don't know if
Blueside's
they
gonna
want
take
to
the
fight
fight.
like this. Yeah. I
4G's
don't know if
engaged
they want
on
to do this.
If Pooh can get his ult off onto 4G, but he actually just dies before he can get any
the
kind of
Rise
damage
is
there.
actually doing quite a bit of damage here.
Yeah,
He's
he has
going
2
untouched.
items now. You can
He's
Attempt's
just
gonna
going
die as
untouched.
well.
I
Looks
mean,
like
they're
Ping's
just
onto
not-
Baron.
Yeah. I mean, they're just not doing anything to stop him. Yeah, now
Yeah.
he's pretty scaled up at this point. He's completed his tier, unlike any other game.
That went from good to bad real fast.
Yeah.
Went to good because they got the dragon, but Karuz getting caught out leads him into a 4v4, and Pooh just biting off more than he could chew there, deciding he wanted to engage the fight when they walked around the corner, and they just get clapped and probably give up a free Baron here. I mean, yeah, you stop the dragon stacking, and you have 2 of your own, so, you know, you stall the game out a little bit longer, but if they get Baron in end, it doesn't really help you at all.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely could. Definitely can get a lot from this Baron. They're at least gonna get this mid lane turret, if not more.
But you see, they do have a blueprint for winning now. You get on the Kale.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
Kale, you lock her down before she can ult, boom, you win the fight. And
Yeah.
there's no, they did pick out 4G first, so it wasn't like a straight 5v5,
No, never.
but this team comp can easily find picks. They have tons of disruption in this fight, and there's literally, I mean, I know 4G is Udyr and he's a little bit of a front line, but there's no big true tank here to keep you off. So
Yeah.
you can find that disruption onto the Kale. You can find that crowd control. You can find the damage. You can burst her out. And whether it's her or Allison or Marcus Equation, you can, you know, make this fight difficult for Red Side.
Yeah, but I think the biggest mistake they made is they killed the Kale, but then they just they just ran in like, and they didn't respect the Rise or the Misfortune, right? They just ran in and took a bunch of free damage, and that's the only reason they didn't like really stomp that fight, or even they even lost it in the end.
Now they're down
like-
6k. Pooh is chunked out really, really hard. He is going to stay alive though. Karuz does not.
Oh,
Falls down. Lake Watch is in the back line, but
Oh,
does take a kill
yeah,
from Morgana. He
that's
is dead.
unfortunate.
I think that they might be able to end here with this Baron push. 2 members are
Yeah.
down. They're going to use the Jhin to try to push them away from the turret for a minute. Maybe try to wave clear a couple of these minions out, but doesn't do too much. Karuz is back up in 10 seconds. If you can keep anybody else from going down. Jhin is still only on 1 item. Doesn't even have 2 yet, so he's not strong enough to carry this game at this point.
Yeah, Misfortune's got the lethality in the collector now.
True, she can get some executes here with her ult as well.
Yeah, I mean, like they did kill Kale, but then when it comes down, like Allison's kind of scaled up, so they just ran blindly into Allison. She got free damage. Now the DPS is just like unreal on Red Side. Like even if you're a tank and you build tanky items, like I mean,
You're not gonna last.
yeah, I mean Darius doesn't even really have like he has with Spirit Visage.
Yeah, he's paper.
I mean, it's a good item, but
He's paper.
yeah,
So is Nunu, honestly. So is Leona. Like, none of them are tanky enough to actually survive here. Like I said, it's a big gold lead now. It's like 8,000 gold. So, huge gold lead for Red Side. And this champs they needed to scale have scaled. Kale is level 15, going to be hitting level 16 any minute now, and has plenty of items to definitely do damage. The one saving grace for blue side, like we keep talking about, they can find picks.
yeah, and they have the Drake.
Look at, like, he does a lot of damage here. Lake Wash.
Oh,
Kale does have Zanya's and his ult.
oh,
But
they
now
got
Pooh is in the
2.
fight.
Yeah, both
Two
of the
Zanyas.
carries are kind of caught out here. They
But
didn't
now
really
4G
collapse
is
on
coming in
them
with a
fast enough.
vengeance, looking for a stun on the Pooh.
The insane Udyr.
Hey, you burned both Zanyas though. So if you can find
Yeah.
a fight in the next minute, not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, really the only blue side hope is to get Drake and then have Jhin start like one-shotting people. I mean, if you get the Drake, I mean, if you get like
You get Infernal Soul.
Soul. If you can stall out and long enough and get Infernal Soul on Jin, then maybe you scale. But
It's definitely going to be tough.
yeah,
Like I said, it's going to be a whole lot of, wow, they didn't stay as 5 in our jungle, so we managed to pick one off, and then we stopped the dragon because it was a 4v5 or something like that.
yeah.
But when they're all grouped up like this, I don't know
Yeah.
if you have any business contesting this Drake. Super minions are in your base, they're pushing down on your turrets, and you're hanging out of this Infernal Drake, and I don't think
Yeah,
you
it's
can win
not
this
even
5v5.
it's not even soul point.
He's looking for the smite, but red team secures it.
Oh yeah.
Now Karuz is in the fight along with Pooh and Yukino Simp. They are getting caught out. Marcus the Waysha is forced to have the Kale ult used on him because he gets down
Yeah.
really low. He's almost dead still. Lake Wash can't get onto him though. He takes too much damage.
No one's dead on.
Jin is still here. Jin could look for kills. He does take down Marcus with his
yeah.
fourth shot though.
He's
it's
doing
actually
well.
dangerous here. Who's
Yeah,
in the
they're
fight?
coming back.
But they're ending the game. They're ending the game. Kale and
Are
Rise
they?
are both in the base.
They must have forgot.
Who could TP?
Oh no.
He's not TPing, but he could.
They must have forgot.
And Yukino Simp
he's
is here
back,
now. They
though.
might be able to stop him.
Yeah, they
I
are
think
gonna.
they
They're
can
gonna
stop him.
stop.
They
They're
can
gonna
stop
get the
him.
kills. Too.
Oh!
Oh!
1 second from
forgot.
stopping them, and they end up dying. Literally half a second, and they both die. I think Pooh should have TP'd, but either way, I don't know if it would have saved them forever.
Yeah.
Well played to Forehead with the come from behind victory, losing game 1 but winning game 2 and 3 with some good adaptation in the draft phase. Well played to everyone. Congratulations to moving on to the next round. 2D Sim Squad will stay with us. This is a double elimination tournament, so they're heading to the losers bracket.
Mm.
But well played, everybody.
Yeah, it was a pretty good series. Very hard fought. Just the reverse sweep. I mean, really, I don't know why nobody had banned Mamumu the first 2 games. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
and I feel like it's a good thing blue side or red side won when they did there, because that Jin looked a little dangerous. They lost that
Yeah.
fight really. They lost that fight really hard, but suddenly Jin and I mean a lot of it's because Rise and
He
Kale just
TP'd
left,
away. Yeah.
but like Jin was starting to get some kills. We could give
Yeah.
Dane an interview here if he wants to come in. Dane, if you're listening,
Uh-oh.
you can just join the box. I believe you do have privileges, so just come here. There he is. What's up? How does it feel after that long, crazy series? You guys end up getting the reverse sweep in the best of 3. How are you guys feeling right now?
It felt good. One second, I gotta turn you off on the stream as well. Okay, pretty good. First game a bit rough. Build testing, beaten by Boris a little bit.
A little bit.
But I wanted to get the Gorge Rigger heals in there. It was fun. But lost that game. No mental boom, unlike 90% of the teams out here. And I just had to bring out the Cho'Gath tech that I've been practicing for specifically this moment.
So, after game 1, did you guys realize, like, you definitely had some big draft adaptations after game 1. The Amumu went up a lot in priority for your team, either banning or picking it.
It should have been there from the beginning. Mabi. I was planning on picking it, and I didn't think they would instantly pick it, but, learned that lesson pretty quick.
And what were y'all thinking with the Jin ban? Is it because Marcus didn't feel comfortable playing it, or because like the first game you guys banned the Jin away despite having first pick and instead first picked Misfortune? Do you think she's in a better place than Jin right now, or do you just don't want to play it?
I just think it was like those are the best 2 ADCs, and then we were kind of like, which one do we want? So it was more of like preference. By the end of it, we didn't really matter. It didn't really matter. Like, he's getting Sumeria, he's going to do the same thing. So we'll just leave the ADC bans, and if he wants Jin, he gets Jin.
True. Also, how good do you think Pooh played that series?
Not bad. The Poppy was super annoying.
He did solo kill you in all 3 games.
Classic. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Classic
that's
true.
I think I sold him every game, so it works out. We're having fun on the top lane, going back and forth.
You did solo him back, but it did feel good. It was a lot of fun watching him take Poppy into Renekton and get the first blood.
I was not ready for that one. Took me by surprise.
So, How do
Go
y'all
ahead, Isaac.
think you won that second game? Like, from our view, it really just did not look winnable at all after about 12,
They
15 minutes.
They couldn't kill me. I would eat one of their carries, and they just didn't have any damage left.
Yeah. I mean, it was quite the impressive comeback. You think about it, because I think Yon was like 5-0,
Yeah,
4-0. It was looking dire, but
my boy
somehow,
Lokesh had some leads in all 3 games, but didn't pull it out except for the first game. First game was the only game we had Lokesh in the side lane. Everything else.
Well, he was definitely in the side lane for the whole game in the second game, but he just couldn't win in the side lane. Your Cho'Gath tech was a little bit too strong.
yeah. I mean, the Samir was really strong too. So you just think that like Samir just doesn't synergize well against tanks?
Well, with Samira into Cho'Gath, it's not great since she has to kind of get into my eat range. So
Yeah.
I can silence her. I'm not sure if my silence actually stops her ult. It could be, but
Yeah, I mean, it just was like really unreal because they had both their carries like extremely fed, but then y'all just turned the game around. It was pretty much you and Amumu just became way too tanky, and then just like Samira just couldn't do anything the whole game, and then
Moon was busted, so busted.
yeah,
It's pretty dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like after game 2, it was like we take blue side. I'm like, I know what y'all want. Instantly ban the Mumu.
Is
Yeah.
anyone telling Allison? Is anyone telling Taylor that Rise sucks right now? Or is
Tell
he
him
just-
that, dude. Look at tell the damage charts. Let me go back and check.
Oh,
Did
that
he
third
have-
game,
Yeah,
I know he
damage
did
me.
damage.
Yeah,
That
damage
third
me.
game, it was nuts.
All right, yeah. I mean, he still did get solo killed by that Fizz. And game
Yep.
2 did not look so hot.
I know. Wisher is in the chat. Do you think Cassin's an awful champion now, or can you still play him?
Oh, he's awful.
But can you still play him? Like he's still 42% win rate is much higher than a 0% win rate.
He did play him. He did play him in their playoff game, and he actually found a win against his longtime rival mid laner Big Ichi.
So it doesn't matter if a champion is kind of bad, but the player's so damn good at them, it doesn't matter. And my boy Allison,
True.
holding it down the mid lane.
Did he?
Yeah.
It did. I think building tier was definitely fitting in game 1 and 2 though, and 3. But in game 1 and 2, because he definitely was probably holding back some tiers as he.
Yeah, he had a much better performance on Rise though than he did on Malzahar, so you have to give it to him a little bit.
And I will admit, in game 3, he definitely played very, very good.
Yeah, y'all just steamrolled game 3. Did y'all just think after winning game 2 like the way you did, it was just game 3 was just done?
I knew they had to ban the Cho'Gath, so I was getting something.
Yeah, just locked in the Udyr and was just like, just go kill him, dude. Right?
I was holding back against the Udyr. Udyr is very. Someone saying, "Hey, I want to play Udyr," makes me worry, especially in a playoff game. In a best of 3, though, like he was confident. I like the confidence in his voice, and he said, "Okay, I'll give you the Udyr." And
you're nicer than I am. I would not. You're nicer than I am. If I'm drafting, he said, someone of my players says, "I want Udyr." I say, "You mean Nunu?"
Well, Nunu was picked, so
I say, "You mean any other champ?"
Skarner, you mean?
Yeah, you mean Skarner? You mean any other champ?
No, I think
he pulled it out though.
Yeah, I think he played it really well.
He had a great game.
He was like all over the map. Whenever Nunu was there, he was there. So it was. I think 4G did really well for your team.
He's been doing it all year. There's a few question mark plays, but everyone has those, as seen by me getting solo killed 3 times. But
more than 3, but just at least once per game.
On average, whatever. Sure.
He got you at least twice in 1 or 2 of those games.
That happens though. If you're down to scrap, sometimes it's not gonna go your way. And props to him for taking it or not picking 3 tanks in a row.
True. These games are definitely entertaining. All 3 games were some scraps. I think this one was actually the least bloody of all of them. In the first 2 especially, like nonstop fighting, nonstop trading. Both teams
man, that's how the game
kills.
should be played.
Yeah, the first game was rough. That's all yeah. The second game was like it was going the same way as the first one, and then just couldn't capitalize on their lead and let y'all get too tanky. But the first game,
to be honest, they had us in the first half.
The Mumu difference.
Not gonna lie, a Mumu diff is what won it.
Yeah, they did have you in the first half though. That was pretty well to come back.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up just about here. Well played to both teams. Neither team is eliminated with this double elimination bracket, but Forehead does move on to the next round to face off against what, Rams of Love, or no? You guys play Mob.
Play Mob, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
that'll
the
be
number one seed. We're coming for you. Get ready.
that'll be a spicy
After
game.
3 months of not playing together.
Well played to everyone out here. Make sure you guys come back and tune in for our next playoff games. They are going to be bangers for sure. If you liked this, just wait. It's going to be good. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. Peace out, guys.
Go for